All right, so Friday night we were playing a lot of Fortnite. That was a lot of fun. We started out with Call of Duty, and I don't remember even who asked me about playing. It might have been, I think it was Secret ADS Mod wanted to play Fortnite, and I said that's so dumb. Who plays Fortnite except my teenage kids? And then she said something about there's a zero build version where you don't have to, like, in Fortnite you can shoot just like Call of Duty, or you can actually like build stuff in front of you to, like, for shields or shelter or whatever. And I used to play regular Fortnite with the building with my sons, and it was sucked. It just sucked because everybody, you'd see them and they'd start building all this weird shelter and shit around them and build a skyscraper in 5 seconds and then just shoot you from the top of the skyscraper. It was so fucking annoying. Or you get like, you'd be running in circles because they'd be building houses around you. It was insane. So I found out there's this zero build thing, which at first I thought was really stupid because I thought that's kind of what makes Fortnite Fortnite. And then I got talked into playing it. I said, let's give it a shot. And I got to tell you what, me, Mikey, Secret ADS Mod, Blue Wolverine, we were kicking some fucking ass in Fortnite, man. It was great. I think we played 3 or 4 rounds. We won 2 out of 4 and then came in like second or third on one of them. And then, I don't know, pretty shitty on the last one. But it was pretty. Mikey said, I see Mikey in there. He says, I'm addicted to Fortnite now. I got to tell you, I actually ended up playing it with my sons. They came over Sunday night, or during the day, Sunday into Sunday night, and we ended up playing some Fortnite together. And damn, that was a lot of fun. And boy, we are Secret ADS Mod and Mikey and Blue. We did pretty good. Those dudes they're really good. God, they're so good at video games. It's unbelievable. I remember when I was as good at video games as they are. But man, they are fucking good at them. It's crazy. So excuse me, pardon me, guys. I mean to cough in the mic. The Friday night gaming show was also supposed to be a watch party for the Francis Ngannou Anthony Joshua fight, and thanks to Mikey, he's kind enough to hook me up with these links for these fights, and I watched this fight, and it was it was a whopping 2 whole rounds. Anthony Joshua is I guess he's a Olympic fighter. I didn't realize that. A gold medal Olympic boxing. Whoa, what the fuck just happened right there? Whoa, that was weird. Everything just went crazy. He's an Olympic boxer, gold medal boxer, and he took on, what is going on with my computer right now? Ooh, everything is freezing up. This is not good. What the hell's going on? Anyway. So yeah, this is what it looked like at the end of the fight. Oh, you know what? I do have a quick video we could play, actually. Hold on. I have with a quick shot of it in there. This video is actually of somebody I'm going to be talking about here in a little bit. But it is a former MMA fighter. I think he was in the UFC. I'm sure Mikey, I'm probably going to butcher his name. Mikey would know it. I think it's Chael Sonnen. Anyway, here is him reacting to, and obviously Francis Ngannou used to be in the UFC, and now he is in doing boxing. He's taking on trying to make all kinds of money becoming a boxer, and this is an MMA fighter's reaction to Ngannou getting knocked out.
Francis is not only out, he is out cold. You could count to 1 or you could count to 100. Fight's over. About 4 minutes in. What does that earn Joshua? Nothing. It's a good win for boxing, and boxing needed one of these, man. This is the 3rd time MMA versus boxing. Boxing got embarrassed both times. What should have happened, in all fairness, it should have happened to Conor. Fury should have been able to do this. The MMA guy should have got embarrassed. The MMA guy should not be able to make it with no experience 4 minutes. They're not a man alive, no matter how talented, that has never had a wrestling match that could go 4 minutes with Jordan Burroughs. I mean, that's silly. Francis is not.
I don't know who Jordan Burroughs is, but so there's 2 reasons I'm playing this, because I just wanted to show you that quick little shot of the knockout. Here, did I show you the picture? I think I'll show you the picture of it too. But the fight was so short It was like a Mike Tyson fight. Seriously, that's what it seemed like. Here's a picture of the aftermath of Ngannou down on the ground. And I thought Ngannou was a big giant guy, but this fucking Joshua dude is a big giant guy too, and he fucking floored Ngannou with a big blast right to the face. It was pretty fucking great. So if you like big knockouts, go back and watch that fight somewhere. I'm sure it's on somewhere and you can find it. But what an awesome, awesome knockout. Pure power punch. I didn't really get to watch, like punch for punch, but every time it seemed like every time I looked away, Ngannou was getting knocked down. So I think he got knocked down once or twice in the first round, and then twice in the second round. He get the shit beat out of him. So, Mikey said Chael is the OG of trash talkers in that video I just played. Well, his trash talking has really continued in an update to a story we talked about last week. Chael Sonnen, the guy I just played in that video right there talking about the Ngannou fight, he has doubled down. Well, I don't know if doubled down is the right word. He's doubled down on since he said it, and people have called him out about it. But no, he is backing up a claim that we played last week. It was, here it is. Where did I go? Was it Thursday or Wednesday? That was out from Wednesday. Okay, last Wednesday, I played this clip. This is Kevin Garnett on Paul Pierce's podcast talking about, or KG's podcast. I don't even give a shit whose it is. You get to a point where Kevin Garnett talks about LeBron James. Why is there no audio playing? I hit the wrong one. That's why, dipshit.
I'm saying he can't. One rollout, get a bucket.
3 dribbles?
No way. I'm
Yeah,
talking
he
about.
can get a bucket on him.
No.
Man, come on. That little dude explosive, bro.
He is, but you seen his dad? His dad on that balcony.
but
he on that new juice. Come on.
All right, so he said right there, in case you don't understand it, he's talking about LeBron James being on that Balco, that new juice. So he's claiming that LeBron James is on steroids, and that's how he's been able to have the career that he has. So, or he's had, or still has, he's still playing. So, I guess that was on the Ticket and the Truth podcast. Maybe that's the two of them. I don't know. Why did it say KG certified at the top then? Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so there's controversy that came around after that. Everybody's, I haven't heard LeBron come out and say anything about it, to tell you the truth. Usually guys that are on the juice don't ever come out and say anything. But Chael Sonnen was on the Flagrant podcast, which is an ESPN MMA show. And he says, and I couldn't find the actual clip of him saying this, but Sonnen, talking about LeBron, says, and he and I have one thing in common. Sonnen said to the Flagrant podcast, quote, we use the same drug dealer to buy our EPO, erythropoietin. And I don't see anything wrong with that. It was something called EPO. And in the world of performance-enhancing drugs, in my experience, EPO is king. And it is king by 8. I would pass up 5 other stuff just to have that. But it's very, very difficult to get. It's very expensive. We happen to have the same guy. I didn't say that to oust him and or embarrass him. This wasn't like a dry snitch. I'm sharing that if you want to get into basketball and you want to make it to 38, you want to be the MVP of the league, you can't just go do certain things. So now it seems there is a bit of a backup to Kevin Garnett saying LeBron James has been on or is on steroids, which if you look at him, we went through the pictures of his head growth throughout the years. It's not really a big surprise, I guess, because he does have that Barry Bonds effect where his head's getting bigger throughout the years. But, you don't want to think LeBron's, I would be bummed out if I ever found out Michael Jordan was on steroids. However, it doesn't bother me when I think about like Mark McGwire and those dudes. I actually, I liked baseball then. It made baseball entertaining. So maybe that's what makes LeBron so entertaining. He's just a freak of nature because he's on the roids. I don't know. But again, I'm the kind of guy, I wish they were all on roids openly and they were all just superhumans out there playing. I would love to see that. Mikey, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, bro?
What up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm good. What's up?
I was just gonna say the big ticket and the truth. That's
Yo, 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 what's happening? Welcome to another Dumb Show. I am another Dumb Show host. Welcome to issue number, I think around 192. So happy to have you guys all with me tonight. You know how good it feels having you guys stream on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right. Like I said, so good to have you guys here with me this evening. Take a second, hit that thumbs up for a brother, get your thumb out of your ass, stick it back in your ear, and then hit the thumbs up on today's video. I'd greatly appreciate it if you did that. Those of you who aren't watching live, if you're not in our chat, obviously we have our live chat here. That's the League of Dummies. Shout out to the league over there. We had Boomer85, Boomer, first off in chat today. I think that's, 2 days in a row or something like that, or twice this week. Good job. Way to go, dude. Thanks for the support and the dedication to the show. But those of you who are not watching live, you can always comment on the show. Anything we're talking about, I would always encourage you guys to please put your comments in, and I will read them after, the next day. I usually try to read them and get to them. You can always, I mentioned the League of Dummies. You can join the League of Dummies by subscribing to the channel, and in about 10 minutes, you will have access to our chat. We'd love to have you guys in our chat. We got a good, nice little chat community there. We've had ups and downs and topsy-turvy chat life over the duration of another Dumb Show, but it's a fun little chat in there, and we encourage you guys to do that. And if you want to help support another Dumb Show, don't forget it is fan-funded. So you have to, if you'd like to help support the show, keep it running up and running strong for a long time, going strong. Hit that join button. Go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, hit the join button, and you can become a member and help support another Dumb Show. There's 3 different tier levels as far as the support levels that you'd like to help support the show. Just click one of those and you can keep us up and running. Don't forget, you can get your super fan donations in while we're live to help keep the show up and running as long as we can. And don't forget, you can always download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music in case you don't want to look at my handsome face any longer. Follow the show, X, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff on, at Another Dumb Show. And I pay for these damn phones, so I hope to hear from you today. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862 is the number to call. I'd love to hear from you guys tonight. It's a great day for me. Let's see, 23 years ago, I believe it is. 23 years ago today, I became a father. Yeah, for the first time, at least that I know of. No, the first time I became father 23 years ago today. My daughter Keely was born. So happy birthday to her. Quite a day. I was young, man. I was 20, I'm 46, so 23 years old when my daughter was born. Young, partier, totally out of control, nowhere near being ready to be a father, irresponsible. I still never forget the day because Keely's mom and I, we both had kind of tense relationships with our mothers at that point in time in our lives. And we had both asked that neither of them were in the room most of the time leading up to, like, during her labor and during the delivery and everything. It was just going to be me and her because I'm a brat and I just wanted it to be that way. But we eventually relented and let them come into the room while she was in labor. And I just remember seeing, I don't know what happened, I don't even remember what they were arguing about, but the vision that I have from that day is my mom and Keely's grandma, which would be my ex's mom, they were standing over so picture my ex laying in the bed Um, she was laying in her bed, and she said that, or I witnessed the two grandmas came up on the side of the bed. They were leaning over my ex with their fingers pointing at each other's face, yelling at each other about something. And I honest to God, to this day, don't even remember what they were arguing about. I'm sure it was completely stupid and something silly like, should she have an extra pillow under her back or something, or does that affect something ridiculous, some sort of mother thing or thinking something like that. But regardless, it was a great day for me. I remember crying and doing all that good stuff and holding her, and remember my parents coming and everything, and it was fantastic. She was a great little baby. Her and her mom her mom and I went through breakups and get back togethers for first few years of her life, and then we officially broke up for a while. And then her mom ended up moving to Florida when she was like 10 or something like that. So she was kind of, I wasn't as big a part of her life as I should have been for a lot of years, and I really regret that. But I just couldn't financially afford to, fly her back and forth or fly myself back and forth and stuff like that. So, it just kind of, I have a lot of regret about that, but I'm realistic about the fact that there's really, truly nothing I could have done about it. Except, I don't know, I maybe could have been there more for her by the phone or FaceTime and stuff like that. But my experience with my boys now, if they're anything the same, if she was anything the same at her age, they have no interest in being on the phone or FaceTiming or anything like that. They last about a minute and a half and then they're done. So, but no, it's sad that I always kind of associate, even though it didn't happen, it happened like September 11th, obviously happened several months after she was born, but it always just kind of sticks with me because she was an infant in that time, and her mom and I were like full blown together in a house, and we were working on, our family or whatever at that point. And I just always associate it with not her birthday with 9/11, sadly enough, like because it just happened to fall in that same kind of 6-month period, and life changed for everybody at that point. And so it's just a weird thing. I'll forget about 9/11 on 9/11, but always on my daughter's birthday on 3/12, I always think of 9/11. It's such a weird thing just because it happened in the same year. So anyway, happy birthday to her. Sorry I haven't always been the best dad, but you're a great little girl, and I'm proud of the woman you've become. She's got a great job now. She went to school to get her phlebotomy degree. Now she's kicking ass at her job, and she's super responsible, and she's handling all her bills on her own. She's had some turbulence in her relationship with Austin. I haven't really talked about it much on here, but I think it's been long enough at this point. They kind of broke up, which is really sad. It was totally unexpected for me, at least. I don't know what in her mind, but it was very much unexpected for me. So. Kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop because I was like Austin. You saw he came on here. He did Mikey's McDonald's challenge, and he's a nice guy. But there were things going on in their relationship, and that's between the two of them. I won't get into all their dirty laundry, but they just she decided that they were going to go their separate ways, and it's nothing crazy or horrible like cheating or anything like that. But you know how relationships go. There's things within a relationship that cause strife and can cause people to break up, and she made some decisions, and she's for the most part stood by that decision. But I think like any young couple, I think that he's still been hanging out and over there and stuff like that, and they're trying to rekindle. I don't really know all the details, but either way, I think it's I'm just proud of her that she's making grown-up decisions and standing by them, and she's in great shape. She's lost a ton of weight. She looks the best I've ever seen as an adult. So I'm just super proud as a dad of her. And after everything she's been through, she's been through a lot in her 23 years of life. Good, bad, and otherwise. For her to be where she's at right now is pretty impressive. I'm very, very proud of her. When I was her age, I was I was knocking her mom up, and I was bouncing around from job to job. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was working in restaurants, blowing lines out the back of the toilets in the restaurants and stuff, and then trying to be a dad the next morning and things. It was just horrible. It was a bad scene when I was younger, but she makes all the right decisions now, and she seems to be doing really well, and I'm very, very proud of her. So happy birthday, Keely. I apologize. Oh, real quick. I did see here, Irish Ronnie. Irish Ronnie said, I've had a shit day, Dom. Make me smile, man. No half-hour sports talk with Mikey tonight. Well, there might be some sports talk at some point tonight. It is a kind of a big time. It's a big time of the year for the NFL. And I know you're not big into sports, Ronnie, but I love football. And this time of the year in particular is very big in the NFL offseason with NFL free agent frenzy. And this offseason, this free agent frenzy has been quite a frenzy. One of the most frenzied I've ever seen. So we will probably hit that at some point tonight. So what'd you have a bad day about? Call in and tell me about your bad day, my dude. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. Maybe we can talk you into a good mood or something like that. We can find out what's going on. And another fan funder, Angelina. She is a prolific gifter. She loves to gift. She said happy birthday to Keely. And then she gifted out 5 Another Dumb Show memberships. Wet Willie now a member. Kenobi Boy, Christy, Tigrim, and Tyler are all now officially Super League of Dummy members. So happy to have you guys all here. You are, you're part of the league now officially. It's once you're hanging out in the chat, you're in the league. But now you're a Super League of Dummy member, which means you have access to our members only shows and stuff like that. So, welcome. Good to have you guys. And thank you to Angelina for passing those out. And just to remind everybody, if you go to youtube.com/anotherdumbshow/allow_gifts, that will take you directly to the spot where you can enable gifts, and you might end up with a free membership from one of our kind members of the league here. I just talked about Keely and her boyfriend or ex or whatever. And the other day, I ran into her at my ex-wife's house. My ex-wife and her still get along. They still do stuff together. And my daughter's birthday falls right around the time that my ex-wife's new husband, he has kids, and his daughter. This is a long dumb story here. This is a typical dumb story with 8 million different fucking connections. But anyway, my ex-wife's husband has a daughter who is the same age as my daughter. And their birthdays fall close to each other, so they were having a birthday dinner over there when I dropped my boys back off. Which was, it's always so weird. Like, I had no idea my daughter was at my ex-wife's house while my boys were with me. Then I took them back to her house, and my daughter was there. It just was weird. I mean, it's going to be like that when my daughter drives, and my son's going to start driving soon. They're going to be back and forth. It's just crazy. But it was just a weird scene. I pull in, and I go, is that Keely's car? And they're like, yeah. So while I'm sitting there dropping off the boys, and Keely came out to come say hi to me in the car, and we sat and bullshit for a little bit. And I noticed on the back of her car, she has a Harley Quinn sticker. And I immediately felt just terrible because I don't know, I've said it multiple times in the past, that I make fun of people who have Harley Quinn and Joker stickers on their car. And it turns out that she has a Harley Quinn sticker on her car, and her ex-boyfriend, Austin, has a Joker sticker on his car. So I felt really bad because I've been on here just dogging people who have those stickers on their car, and here my daughter has one on her car, which, by the way, if your dad is such a Superman guy, how the fuck you're going to be doing a bunch of Batman stuff? You're going to have I guess technically you're anti-Batman if you have Harley Quinn and the Joker maybe. But why not a Wonder Woman sticker or a Lois Lane sticker or a Superman sticker? Your last name does start with an S after all. So apologies apologies to Keely and Austin for making fun of them for having the Harley stickers, the Harley Quinn and Joker stickers. I felt like a real dick. Let's see here. I'm trying to jump in here. I'm peeking in the chat. Crystal says, going back to the story with Keely, she says, my kid was born around when Michael Jackson died and Obama was in office. So is that around the birthday, Crystal? You think the same thing? You think about Michael Jackson's death? And that's the thing. They're six months apart, not her birthday and 9/11. And I hate saying this because I don't want her to like be like, oh, that's what you think of on my birthday. No, I think of you on your birthday. But then it makes me start to think about the timeline of events, and I think about your life and our life together and the timeline of events and how 6 months after you were born, 9/11 happened. And it was just like a lot of things got crazy. It was nuts. So, let's see here. Michael K is asking, okay, Michael K is on one already tonight. Michael K is asking, when did she not become a lesbian? Well, she's not. She's, I don't know that my daughter's sexuality is, well, now that it's already been broadcast, it doesn't matter. But she's pansexual. My daughter doesn't care about gender or any of that. Like, so she is attracted to men, women, trans women, whatever suits her. She doesn't care about any of that. She's just attracted to whoever she's attracted to. So she doesn't really put a definition on her sexual preference, I guess, other than pansexual. So, I saw, oh, by the way, I'm looking in the chat too, and I'm seeing very confusing, apparently, Mary fixed, okay, never mind, he fixed it. Okay, Jerry had changed his name to Secret ADS Mod, and it was completely throwing me off because well, now she's changed her name to, for some reason, Not So Secret ADS Mod. And it kept confusing me when I would look over and I'd see Secret ADS Mod and not be in blue, because Secret ADS Mod she actually mods everything. So her name is in blue. So I kept getting so fucking confused over there. Very, very confused. So, all right. Disaster, with a good one, is she is a pansexual. She's only attracted to cookware. Very funny, man. Very funny. Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, I just talked about Batman and Keely and Austin and how much they like Batman. And there is, Superman, true to form, keeping things on track. Superman, James Gunn's Superman. They've kept their 2025 release date, but it's turned out the Batman Part 2, that is the Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson Batman movie, the emo Batman, we'll call him. It's really the best way to describe it. The emo Batman, the second installment of that has now been delayed a full year and won't come out now until October 2nd, 2026. So, all you Batman fans who are excited to see the Batman Part 2 come out in October of 2025, which is still a long ways off, they've now pushed it back an entire year, which is just nuts. And so that means the sequel is going to come out 5 years after the original. Why not just get rit of Batman at that version of that Batman, that offshoot? It's so stupid. I don't get it. The Batfleck was so good. I don't know why they didn't just stick with that, even though he was in Zack Snyder's universe. Just bring that version, even if it's not Ben Affleck, just bring that version of Batman over into the new universe that they're creating. Because I hope they make him big and strong and stuff. Because, they're superheroes. Even though Batman's a regular guy, he puts a suit on that makes him big and bulky and strong. So, not this emo kind of nerdy Batman that Robert Pattinson's playing. I don't like that guy, that version of Batman whatsoever. So, I'm not too disappointed that it's not going to come out until 2026. Really doesn't mean shit to me. I just like the fact that Superman's staying on track, and we're going to see Superman in 2025 as we need to. Wesley Way says, I swear emo Batman didn't even need much for CGI either. And then he goes on to say the DC animated movies are so good. I could not agree with you more, Wesley. The emo Batman movie did not have a lot of CGI. It had a kind of cool twist in there with the Joker and stuff. I kind of liked that. That was an interesting twist. If they can really play off that and make it good, if you haven't seen that, it's worth watching because the story that they end up going into isn't terrible. It's just the way they lay it out. It's not very visually appealing for me, and I didn't like emo Bruce Wayne, and I didn't care for the Batman suit. I like a I don't know, more comic booky suit, to tell you the truth. But yeah, those animated ones that Wesley is talking about are fantastic. Taylor, what's up, dude? How are you, man? Wesley goes on, when he talks about those DC animated, and I've talked to you guys about this before, how much I love all the DC animated movies. You guys got to check them out. I'm trying to think what my favorite one, probably the Flashpoint is probably the best one. DC animated. Yeah. It's about 10 years old now, but it's still fantastic. It's Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox. If you have not seen that DC animated version of that, you have to check it out. There's so many, and I could go through all the different animated things and give you my ratings on all of them, but it would be a waste of time because it's going to be 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Because even with characters and stories that I don't like, it's still awesome. It's still better. I mean, there's one where they show when Aquaman gets his hand cut off, and it's just so good. So much good stuff in there. Speaking of animated stuff, there's a story that came out today, kind of a weird story. So I talked to you guys, a couple weeks ago about X-Men 97, another animated show that's going to be coming out. I think it's on Disney Plus is what I believe it's going to be on. If you don't know what X-Men 97 is, that is a continuation of the X-Men animated series that ran from 93 to 97 or something like that. I can't remember exactly the years it was running. But actually it says right here in this news story. Anyway, it ran in the mid-90s. It ended in 1997, and they're picking up a new one after that point. So it's going to be set in the 90s, picking up in 1997, all the same characters and everything that happens at the end of that show was kind of dramatic. It was really sweet. And there's a guy named Bo DeMeo who was because he's no longer a part of it. He was the writer-producer of X-Men 97, which comes out tomorrow, I believe, on Disney Plus. X-Men 97 release date. Oh, March 20th. Okay, cool. So it's 8 days from now. So the strangest thing is, though, so we're 8 days out from the release from that thing. For some reason, Marvel has fired this Bo DeMeo guy. He has, I don't really understand. They haven't released all the details as far as why he's no longer a part of anything having to do with Marvels. Here's a story from the Hollywood Reporter. It says, early last week, Marvel and DeMeo suddenly parted ways. His company email was deactivated. Cast and crew were informed he was no longer on the project. Again, this is 8 days before it's going to be released. DeMeo's Instagram account, once a source for X-Men updates, was deleted. No reason for the firing was given. Marvel had no comment. DeMeo's representatives did not return calls for comment, and emails to the showrunner yielded no response. So everybody's mum's the word about why they fired this guy who's wrote and produced a show that's coming out in 8 days. Now, I did find a really weird little, kind of at the bottom of this story, I found a little part of it, and I didn't understand this, and it makes sense. This DeMeo guy, the writer of this X-Men story, X-Men animated series, he's a gay dude. He's gay, he's black. But he was raised by white parents, and he has a Korean sister. Now, that's one of the most diverse dudes I've ever met, I've ever heard of in my life. He was just, black dude, raised by white parents with a Korean sister. So there's some diversity there. And he's gay. So perfect for writing X-Men as far as I'm concerned, because that's what X-Men's about. You know, the mutants become minorities because they're like the new minority because they are different than the rest of the world. They have all these strange mutations. So in the X-Men story, if you don't know X-Men, you know, the government tries to shut down mutants and tries to segregate mutants and everything, and it kind of mimics the civil rights movement and things like that as they try to the X-Men and the mutants all fight for their rights. So, what better than a gay black dude from white parents and with a Korean sister to write X-Men? I think that sounds fantastic. That's what it's all about. It's a diverse show. Um, but for some reason, the next thing I found about him, which the little tidbit that I mentioned there before, he was really big on social media. He would always post little X-Men tidbits and things like that. And he also was known for thirst traps, where he would post all these shirtless thirst trap pics on there. And then I found out that I read in the story, apparently for a time, he also ran a non-explicit OnlyFans account, all of which, so he had this gay only, I'm assuming it's gay, because the publication Out declared him the sexy gay Marvel writer and showrunner to know. But I'm wondering if the fact that he has this OnlyFans, if something has happened where he got caught doing some sort of explicit stuff, if he was recording gay videos or even straight videos for that matter, Marvel doesn't want to be associated with that. And Disney, certainly not. So I'm wondering if there's something more to that story. So I want to keep an eye on that because I'm very interested to find out why they parted ways with this guy 8 days before the premiere. Pardon this cough. I think I swallowed something wrong and it's just irritating my throat. So excuse me. Michael K, you're on another Dumb Show. What's up, bro?
Hey, Dom, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. What's up, dude?
Hey, I just no disrespect on the question about your daughter. It's just the last time that I heard anything about her was what, a couple years now back, 3 years or
that's
4
okay.
actually.
Yeah, as soon as I
So
started,
I was just wondering. I didn't.
No, as soon as I started saying it, I corrected myself because I remembered that everybody knew. So just like it went
Right.
you know what I mean? It kind of like was like, huh? And then I went, oh yeah, everybody knew. So yeah, no, don't sweat it, bro. It's all good.
Hey, so I got a question. Not to change the subject, but
Yeah.
so I don't watch much TV. I live on YouTube and I watch a lot of shorts. Is anybody else fucking sick of this Beyonce country song with everybody doing that stupid dance? Have you seen this?
I have not. I've not seen Beyonce. What is the dance? No, I'm actually country. Song.
Oh, you go on YouTube Shorts, you'll see it every 5 seconds, and everybody's supposed to pretend that this country song's the greatest thing because it's sung by a black chick. I'm sick of people pretending it's great, but
well, it's
funny.
The thing that I found that was funny was, did you see that she supposedly ripped off? Now, hold on one sec. Is this, Mike, are you watching? Are you able to confirm? Is this the dance you're talking about? Is it?
I am not right now, but it's everybody under the rainbow doing these. And it's, I can't imagine people have this enough time out of their day to do this shit. I just thank God that I am not one of these people that
well, I think I just found
shit.
I think I just found a dude doing it.
Oh yeah. Well, now you're going to be bombarded by them.
Is he just?
I'm telling you now, you're not going to be able to get away from it.
Just standing in place, and then he kind of does this little footstep forward, footstep back, little shimmy footstep, and then he goes side to side kind of thing.
There's thousands of them. They're like herpes. They go away, and then once you think you're safe, it pops right back up. Not saying I have herpes. Well, but anyway, so hey man, I got to run. I just wanted to call in and clear that up and ask that question real quick.
All right. No, yeah. All right. I'll answer for you later, Michael K. It doesn't. I haven't seen it, so it's not bothering me. I guess I don't look at. I really, honestly, I go on Instagram, look for stories to talk about, see a couple videos, and that's the extent of my social media. And I think, well, the one, hold on, Arthur. All right. So supposedly, do you guys know this Franklin the Turtle. Remember Franklin the Turtle? Hold on. Oh, hold on one second. My audio was not turned on. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so here we go. Hey, it's Franklin. So hold on, let me start it from the very beginning. So that sounds just like the beginning of Texas Hold'em. And so I don't know how much of that Texas Hold'em. So here's just the beginning of Texas Hold'em, so you can kind of hear. So there you go. There's the two of them you can hear are very similar. So that's the thing going around the internet now about the whole. And when he brought up Texas Hold'em, I thought that's what he was going to talk about. But no, I think Beyonce's hot. So anytime I can see Beyonce, it doesn't bother me. But watching other people do these dance, that's what TikTok's for. You know what I mean? I look at stuff now through a very different lens. Like I look at stuff and I'm trying to view things with like a positivity lens. You know what I mean? Instead of just being a judgmental prick all the time, like, oh, it's so fun. And I'm not calling Michael a judgmental prick. I'm just saying, when I look at something, I'm not immediately going, oh, this is annoying. Even if it does annoy me a little bit, if I'm seeing somebody doing something that I know they're kind of having fun doing or passionate about, I usually just say, good for them. You know what I mean? That's cool. It may not be for me, but I move on. I'm not going to dislike something I see, or, you know what I mean? I just go, oh, that's not my thing. Or, I just find some kind of good in it. I don't know. It's lame, but it's just this weird lens I've been kind of looking at stuff through lately. I don't know. Call me a weirdo. By the way, I did skip over it, but Freestyling 3231 just gifted 5 another Dumb Show memberships. Wesley just got one. Kyle got one. Quinn got one. Jose got one. And Kevin got one. So congratulations to all you guys getting your memberships gifted from Freestyling. Congratulations. I'm glad to have you guys here. And I think Angelina also just gifted 5 more another Dumb Show memberships. Dirty Little Holly. That's a great name we all recognize. Darla. Oh, not my dog Darla, but Darla, another person, Darla F. Jeremy, It's Jason, and Nostradamus all got free Another Dumb Show memberships from Angelina. So guys, welcome. You are now all Super League of Dummy members. Glad to have you. Irish Ronnie said, Dumb, did you see the clip of Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger razzing Michael Keaton at the Oscars? I did. And I got to be honest with you, I think that was probably the only thing in the Oscars I really liked the whole time was that moment, because boy, oh boy, was that boring. Man, and I saw Oppenheimer, I haven't seen Barbie, and I haven't really seen any of the other movies that were up for Best Oscars, so maybe that's why I was a little detached from it. I didn't really have any dog in the fight, but it was quite obvious Oppenheimer was going to win everything. If you've seen Oppenheimer, I can't imagine, while I didn't care for the story that was being told very much, it was pretty boring learning about Oppenheimer and the government and their conspiracy to label him as a communist. I personally found that to be very boring. All the other stuff about creating the bomb and all of that and the secrecy behind it, that stuff was entertaining. But outside of the story, it was a visual masterpiece. I mean, the editing was so crazy, the way they laid it out. They went forward in time, back in time, different outfits, different in black and white. And now this has all been done before, but this was masterfully done the way they did it. And again, that was the only thing that was keeping me entertained throughout that movie. Essentially, was the small nuclear stuff. The stuff with him and his mistress was actually more interesting than the communism stuff, to tell you the truth, which I know they're related. But either way, it was pretty obvious they were going to win the Oscars. So, and then all the stupid Barbie stuff. And I got to be honest with you. If Barbie is up for an Oscar, and I haven't seen Barbie, to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you this right now. It wasn't better than Man of Steel. I don't need to see Barbie to know it was not a better film than Man of Steel. That was a great film. I know it's about Superman, but I'm going down that road because we're talking about imaginary dolls here. Okay? Barbie's a doll. They created a movie about a doll that somehow managed to go win Best Picture because I haven't seen it, I'm sure it's all about women's empowerment and stuff like that, which is, I guess, an important thing, but that's not a reason why it should win any Oscars or anything like that. It should be for the movie. So, which I don't think it did. It won a song, which I understand. But the fact that it was just up for these awards was bothered me. When Superman has never been up, Man of Steel should have been up for an award. If Barbie's up for a goddamn award, Man of Steel should have been up for an award. That's it. End of story about that. Overall, the Oscars, like I said, though, pretty boring. I was a little disappointed. Some of the outfits, not really. Sydney Sweeney looked fucking hot. Let's see, I can show her. My girl, Sydney, the new #1. Pretty good outfit. She looked pretty incredible. I was trying to find one where there's a little bit of a side angle. She wore the same dress that Angelina Jolie wore in I don't know, back when she wore it, 2004 maybe, something like that. Here, we'll do the side by side so you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so here is Sydney Sweeney and Angelina Jolie. Who wore it better? Obviously, Sydney Sweeney. It's not even a competition. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at those hoots. So yeah, that's the thing I probably took away from the Oscars the most. Not enough hotness. Typical, just the typical wokeness without being, it wasn't horribly over woke this year. There was a lot of, I think if you're a pro-Israel person, you probably didn't like it. There was kind of leaned a little bit more Gaza, not Hamas, but pro-Palestine. That's really all I took away from that. John Cena naked was kind of interesting. It was kind of funny, I guess. That was kind of a silly moment. Because I actually did think that he was actually naked. But pictures came out showing that he was just, he had this weird codpiece thing on that actually wrapped around his ass. And I guess was it CBS that it was on, was freaking out because they thought even the card that he was using was too small. They were freaking out about that. But yeah, that was probably the only interesting things that came out of the Oscars. I did get a laugh at how thin a lot of the celebrities have become recently. People who are pretty chunky have gotten very thin very quick. So the Ozempic is going around, or they're all working out, but I'm pretty sure the Ozempic is going around pretty hard in Hollywood right now. Angelina disagrees with me. She says the whole Oscars I thought was good. Oh, really? I didn't find it, kind of boring, to tell you the truth. But again, I hadn't seen all the movies. So if I had seen all the movies, it might be a different story. Let me see here. Checking in with the chat before I move on. One second. Okay. Not so secret ADS mod says I want to see Wonka. I already gave my review of Wonka, and if you haven't seen it by now, you're crazy. I gave quite a review for that. I was very happy with Wonka. That's a great movie. You got to check that out. B4 is asking, did you and B1 see the Wonka movie? Yeah, we watched it together. It was a heartwarming tale, amazing visual effects, a little sing-songy. It was a little musical-y. But once I got through that, it was just a good kind of story, a little cheeky at times. But, if you go into it expecting the original Willy Wonka, like the Gene Wilder version, you're going to be very disappointed because it's not like that. Some similarities, but not quite the same kind of that was almost like a psychedelic, and I know it came out, I don't even know when that movie came out, but it seemed like it was a little trippy and stuff. It was a little kind of almost psychedelic a little bit, but this one, not like that at all. So, oh, speaking of Wonka, there was a part at the end of it that or not a part in the end of it, but a part in the movie that I never equated with the original one. When Charlie, okay, oh, I don't know if I want to blow it for people who haven't seen it yet. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I can't spoil it. There's a connection between the two movies that I missed that actually Blue Wolverine, who's not, I don't know if he's in here or not, but I haven't seen him in the chat, but he actually pointed it out in the chat, and I was like so confused by what he was talking about. And then B1 later on confirmed it for me, and I never gave him his due for that. So, shout out to Blue Wolverine for noticing something that I completely missed in the movie. And we ended up, and again, I'm not going to spoil it for everybody if you haven't already seen it, but let's see here. Oh, Angelina. She brings up Ariana Grande, and what was Ariana Grande wearing at the Oscars? I think she was trying to wear like the Wicked outfit. But speaking of Ariana Grande, I saw her, she was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live this past weekend. And, you know, I don't like to necessarily body shame people. But she looks unhealthy. I'm actually, like, I'm not like laying in bed, oh my God, I'm so worried about Ariana Grande. But if you look at her, like, potential to be a little bit worried about this girl, that she might have potentially an eating disorder, because she is she's always been thin, but she's beyond thin at this point to where you can see it's just bone. I mean, it's just skin and bones, and like you could see the big round shoulder bones. You could see all her ribs at the top of her chest. And her neck looked incredibly thin, and her head looked big because like her neck is so skinny. It was really sad to see, and you hate to think that that's something that girl might have, because she's so talented and pretty as it is. And the fact that she might have, and again, I'm totally speculating. I have no idea. Maybe she just doesn't eat. Maybe she's super high metabolism, can't keep weight on. You know, she's one of these girls you say eat a cheeseburger and they get mad or whatever. That could be the case, but she looks extremely unhealthy right now. And you know, I'm a fat fuck, so who am I to judge anybody? But I'm not, it was more of like a worried concern, because, you know, again, very talented girl. It just seems like doesn't look healthy right now by any means. P4 said, yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah, it was kind of rough situation. So let's see, what time is it here? 7:54. Let's see, what do I want to talk about here next? I think Mikey's gonna come hang out for the second half of the show. So we might dive into, I'm trying to figure out what I want to save for when I'm with him. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is what I can talk about real quick before we take a quick break. The other day, I had talked about Amanda, who is a member of the League of Dummies, and she is an OnlyFans. Well, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about something that she actually responded to. And Amanda is an OnlyFans model or performer or whatever you call them. And somehow we got into some of the weirdest things guys have ever done or said while she's interacting with them on OnlyFans. And she sent me a video that I think you guys are going to find pretty good. Where did it go? Oh, you know what? I think it's in, I don't think I moved it. Did I move it? Okay. So before I play that video, there is the reason I bring this back around or bring it back up is, first off, Amanda sent me a video that I never watched because I just, I'll be honest with you, I just forgot that she sent it. And I forgot we even talked about it because she sent it in the middle of the show. But it came back around because there's a news story I found. There's a Utah sex worker who reveals the kinkiest request she's gotten from her, quote, repressed clients. I'm going to play the TikTok video, and then I will play the video. Where do you see this video that Amanda sent me of what one of her, I don't know if it's a customer. I'd love to hear. She should, Amanda, you should call in. I'd love to hear a little bit more about this situation with this video that we'll play in a minute. But first, here is, now I said she's a Utah sex worker, but she is a retired Utah sex worker. And I'm very confused. So right off the bat, I'm just going to show this before I play it. It says, I'm a retired 304 from Salt Lake City. Now, I'm assuming that's like hoe backwards, like, because you know how the number 4, when you flip it, is an H, and the O is an O, and the 0 is an O, and then the 3 could be an E if you flip it the other way. So I'm assuming that's her saying, I'm a retired hoe from Salt Lake City.
I think I'm going to start a series about the different clients I had as a 304.
And her nose is broken. So ignore that. I don't even care, don't know, but her nose is broken.
Before here in Salt Lake City. Now, mind you, I am 35, turning 35 this year. When I was a 304, I was 25. I worked for a couple of years. This was in the day of the website that we all used was the pages, you know, not the front page, but the back page of the book, was how things got done when I was out there. And, man, what a time to be alive. I mean, goddamn. And working here in Salt Lake City, 90% of my clients were upper class, white, wealthy Mormon men. I'm talking bishops. I'm talking men that are married with 6 kids at home. I'm talking people that had positions of authority within the church and within local government here. Salt Lake City is a kinky place, okay? And the stuff these guys are into, wild. Like hitting it from the back while they read the Book of Mormon is just some of the shit I did. Lots of geeky stuff. I'm trying to say the right words. With the garments, that's the magic underwear they wear. Yes, these men were coming to see people like me. The stuff they were into, like the role play, the peeing and pooping, the age stuff, things. It's a weird place here. It's very repressed here, and I just had a lot of interesting experiences. Overall, my experience as a 304 was super positive. I was very privileged. I had a great time. I laughed a lot. I made a lot of friends. Yeah, it was a blessing, as they say in the church. But most of my clients were church members, and I went to many of their homes. I talked to many of their wives. I ruined a couple Christmases and Sunday dinners. It was what it was, baby. It's the business.
Wait, hold on. What did she just say?
Church members, and but most of my clients were church members, and I went to many of their homes. I talked to many of their wives. I ruined a couple Christmases and Sunday dinners. It was what it was, baby. It's the business. But it was definitely interesting. So I think I'm going to do a series, maybe, and start talking about my old clients. They wouldn't like that, but fuck it. I've been out the game for a long time, so I have nothing to lose. Anyway, it was sick and twisted.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I'm going to start a series.
I can't believe people paid to hang out with her. I'm not even talking about just because I guess part of, because I had the incident in Vegas that was completely, you're at the Bunny Ranch. It's not like hookers. It is, but it isn't. It's totally different. This is a girl who's like going on Backpage and banging dudes and stuff or whatever. So I don't know how it works. Are they, my point is, who would pay to do anything other than, I don't even know who would pay to have sex with her. It's not exactly particularly very attractive. But how annoying is that girl? Like, a lot of these dudes who want these escorts, like just when I went out to dinner with my mom the other night, I guarantee that woman that walked in front of us who had her mini skirt on and her tits hanging out and everything going into this restaurant She was an escort. There's almost no doubt in my mind. My mom and I both thought the same thing. But so that's my point is you go out to, like, some of these guys, they take their escorts out to dinner because they think they're showing off this hot piece of ass or whatever, or they just enjoy the company of the escort. Maybe she's good to talk to, maybe, and then eventually knows he's going to pay to have sex with her. So part of it is he pays to hang out with her. But who the fuck would pay to hang out with that chick? Only because she lets them do weird kind of kinky stuff, I guess. But my God, fucking so annoying. Mikey says, you pay her to shove something into that mouth and shut her up. I agree, right? What an obnoxious person that was. That's what, who would pay? Maybe she must be good at what she does, because I don't know who would pay to sit around and have a dinner or 10 minutes of even conversation before you have the sex. Just be like, you'd walk in the door and have to just knock that out real quick, because who wants to talk to that girl? My God. All right. Now, before we go to break, actually, let's do this. I just realized what time it is. Let's take a quick break. And I'm not doing this as like a tease thing, I promise you, to get you to hang on through the break. But I do need to take a break. I got to pee, refill my wine, and then we will come back. And I'm going to play the video that Amanda sent me of one of her clients or whatever. And it's pretty crazy to see what this dude, and I can't play the whole thing because it's fairly graphic. But what I can play is, well, it's not going to blow your mind, but it's not something I would do. Not something I would do, I'll tell you that much. So, all right. Hit the thumbs up. Second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So take your kids, throw them in the other room, put OnlyFans up if it's a teenage kid or whatever. You know, if they're under teenage, don't give them OnlyFans. You know, teenage is fine though. You know what I'm saying? Just turn on some OnlyFans in there. Some YouTube shorts of Beyonce doing, maybe do that. Maybe instead of OnlyFans, you put some YouTube shorts on of Beyonce doing that dance that Michael K hates. And then go get your drinky drink, your mokey moke. And we'll be right back for the second half of Another Dumb Show. Sit tight. Okay. Welcome back to issue number 192 of Another Dumb Show. I'm Another Dumb Show host. So good to have you guys here. All right. Let's see. Where are we at right now? Oh, quickly. Wet Willie wants to see a dumb rage out real bad. He's been poking and prodding. Not too bad. Just a little bit here and there. He's actually been fun. Good to have you, Wet Willie. Good to see a new face in there. He said when I mentioned my trip to Las Vegas, he said, "Was that? What did he say? Was that when you cheated on your wife with a prostitute in Nevada?" Yes, that was when I did that. I understand. And then he says it was a nice billboard back then. I enjoyed it. Yes, I'm over it. I don't get angry about that anymore. I understand it was just my, it is what I was. I was a scumbag back in the day. What do you want from me? But people who are not scumbags. Scott78, not a scumbag. He's the man. He just gifted 5 Another Dumb Show memberships. Yip just got one. Rich Morris got one. Way to go, Rich. Glad to see he has one. Buster Hyman, Meow, and Brad M all ended up with free Another Dumb Show memberships from Scott78. So thanks so much, my dude. I appreciate it. All right, now real quick. Before the break, excuse me, man. I don't know what is going on with my throat today. Before the break, we talked about that 304. See, I'm down with the lingo. The 304 in Salt Lake City, who talked about all the different kinks all the guys had, all the Johns. Now, she only brought up all the weird ones. I'm sure there's out of like 50, she's probably got 40 normal ones and 10 weird ones, right? I guess like the ones that are into the scat play, the ones that are into the golden showers, the ones that want to read from the Book of Mormon while they're hitting her from the back, that kind of stuff. And I think she says that like it's so shocking, but frankly, none of that is very shocking at all, to tell you the truth. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows they're kinky, freaky dudes. And usually the more of a position of power they have, and seemingly these dudes have kinks, the weird kinks. All these guys that are in power, like J. Edgar Hoover, which I guess dressing up like a woman isn't such a kink anymore, but it was a kink for him. So it's interesting the way all of these different it just blows my mind that she's just so shocked by it, and she thinks that we're all going to be so shocked by it. And it's no. Have you ever seen a porn? There's all that weird stuff out there. I'm not in porn, and I've actually had a Cleveland steamer done to me. So, so it's not that weird as far as I'm concerned. All right, so I promised I would show this video. Amanda, a member of the League of Dummies, and I don't mean to, I'm not calling her a 304 by any means, but I would argue that somebody who is on OnlyFans could be put in that category without labeling, not labeling, but you're in a category essentially. Well, she sent me a video because I said, what's one of the craziest, things a guy's ever asked you to do, or, something like that. And instead of sending me, what the craziest thing a guy has asked her to do, instead she sent me a video that apparently is a guy wanted her to see him doing something. Amanda, I would love to know what the reason why this guy is doing what he's doing, and why does he send it to you? Is he hoping you'll rate him? Let's just do this. Let me just play it, and I can't play the whole. I can only play a little bit of the audio because it's got a very popular song in it. But I'll play a couple, a beat or two of it, and then I'll mute it just so you know what this guy is dancing to. So here it is. So you guys know what that is. That is the theme from Cops. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come? Bum, 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 bling. I can't even sing it because YouTube will ding me just for copyright violation just for singing it if I'm singing well enough, I guess. But you guys get the picture. This is a guy. I've zoomed out to because his face wasn't blurred or anything like that, and I didn't want to, I don't want to out the guy for his kinks. But this is a video that Amanda got from a guy. And this is a man, by the way, with a beard, full ass beard. And I don't want to blow the guy's wad, so to speak, even though he probably is going to blow his wad after he sends this to her and gets her reaction to it or whatever. But I'm finding it, I love the seductiveness. I mean, he's so seductive. It's the gyrations, the hand movement. Oh, all right. So now we're taking off the top. Oh, a little booty shake for you too. Ooh, he's a sexy little baby, isn't he? He's a sexy bad girl. Look at him go. And so this is the kind of shit. I like his couch actually, though. I got to tell you, that's a pretty fucking nice couch. I do like that couch. From there, where I cut the video at that point, he pulls up his little mini skirt and he's wearing see-through panties so you can see his little butt crack. And then he he starts flopping his dong around. He leaves the Frank inside the undies and lets the beans flop out and starts flopping just the beans around. It's a really interesting move. I've never really seen this move done before. But hey, I'm not knocking the guy for what he's doing. If this is what turns you on, bro, God love you. If I'm wondering if this is a police officer, considering the song that's playing, or is it just that he's such a bad boy because of the way he's dancing, and or maybe he just likes the beat of that song. I don't know. But Disaster says, oh, he loves it. Total sassy mode right now. He was sassy. He was super sassy. Crooked Orchid says, I feel like sending in something someone sent to you is wrong. Yeah, that's why I cut his head off. I didn't want to, that could be anybody for all you know. That's why I cut the dude's head off, give him a little bit of anonymity. But I understand what Crooked Orchids is saying. But Amanda is a good sport, and I think she knows I'm smart enough to either blur the guy's head or cut it off because I don't believe she's doing it to be malicious or anything. I think she's just doing it to help add to the show. So I actually appreciate that she sent it in. But I understand your point, Crooked Orchids. There is a level of, like B1, like if somebody started, I think somebody started she did some of her stuff and people, I tell you what, back on the old show, Sad Nads, don't forget, rest in peace, homeboy. His girlfriend that at the time, that Maddie chick, remember, she started doing an OnlyFans and then people started screenshotting and sending her shit around. That's shady. That's shady. I feel like this dude wants the whole world to see this, but he's just too afraid for the whole world to see it. But either way, I just find it interesting. And I'm confused, Amanda, why he sent that to you. Because B1 has said that dudes, she does, I guess when she does her OnlyFans, she rates Ds. She does dudes send in their D and she'll rate the pics on there. So, which is I don't give a fuck, whatever. If dudes want to send a picture of their dick, I don't give a fuck, whatever. I mean, do they think that when these dudes send these dick pics, to get their dick rated, is it genuinely because they're their dudes have never been with a chick and they're wondering, do I have a good D? Or is it that they're thinking that the OnlyFans model they're sending their D to is going to get so fucking horned up by their D that they're going to, the OnlyFans model is going to be you got to come over. I need that dick. It's the most beautiful Johnson I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever heard a girl gush about a D pic ever. You know what I mean? I've sent them and I got positive feedback from them, but I don't think a girl gets a D pic and sees that and does the same thing a guy does when they see a set of boobs or an ass or a crotch shot or a full body nude or whatever. Like, that's exciting to look at. There's nothing exciting to look at about a big veiny Johnson. I mean, even, like, maybe it is for girls, I guess. I can't imagine though. Like, there's nothing very attractive about a penis. It's kind of weird looking. You know what I mean? It's got a weird bend. All of them have a weird bend. Some of them have a weird bend. Some don't. Some have weird hairs on them. Some don't. Some have a weird, like, misshapen head. Some don't. Like, there's just a lot of weird looking Johnsons out there. So I don't really understand the point of those guys sending those pics. Other than hoping that the OnlyFans model will want to bang them because of their great D, but I don't think that's gonna work, guys. Like, maybe if you're a big ripped dude, like, you know, you're like, you work out really good and you're a hot ass piece of ass dude with like great tattoos or some shit or whatever. I could see a chick getting turned on by that. But just the picture of the D, I don't know about all that. And then, so yeah, it confuses me even more though than this guy sending this picture of him dancing around. Very, very strange. Not So Secret ADS Mod says, have you seen our nudes channel in Discord? Yes, I've seen all the guys getting suckered into sending pictures of their Ds, although chicks in there post, well, other than Crooked Orchids, all the rest of their chicks post fake pictures of girls they get off the internet that look similar to them. So. And they cut the heads off like I did with that guy. So yes, I've seen that. And it made me laugh. Like, I wonder, like, to me, that I gotta be honest with you. Like, I'm not knocking you guys for doing that in the Discord and like doing the nudes thing. It's very confusing to me. It really is. Like, unless you guys are, and I know most of you live in different cities. So it's not like anybody's planning on some sort of big hookup unless you guys have some big orgy plan that nobody knows about. But it just seems to me like the majority of the people who are in that nudes group all live in different cities. So it's just like a huge cock tease for some of the guys that are doing it. But I guess if the chicks, I feel like the chicks are only asking just to see if the dudes are willing to do it. The dudes are asking because the dudes want to see some boobs. So, two very different situations as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Amanda says, going back to that guy that sent that video and my questions about why he would send it. Amanda says, he has told me he just loves to dance for me because he finds me attractive. Oh, okay. Well, I find B1 attractive, and I've never, ever been compelled to put on see-through underwear, a mini skirt, and a sports bra and dance around to Bad Boys for her. So that's an interesting reason why. Like, he thinks it'll... I'm not knocking the guy. I just wonder what turns him on about that. And it's the cross-dressing aspect of it. The fact that you're watching him do that, the fact that maybe nobody else knows, but you're okay with it, and that's what turns him on. There's so many levels to the whole thing. It very, very, I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm blown away by OnlyFans and things that go on with it. I think it's great though. I think it's great. Let's see here. Not So Secret ADS Mod is saying, how do we know the girls are fake, but you don't think the Ds are fake? Because guys are horny and they want girls to look at their dick. So any girl would be like, yeah, send your dick. So they send their dick. That's that simple. I don't know. That's the only reason I can think of. Mikey, have you ever put your penis in the all nudes in the Discord? Nope.
No, but I tell you what, there's been a few times where I've clicked a little fucking blurry picture and I didn't look at the username first and I opened it up and I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you got a big hairy ass hog staring you in the face.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
I could have done without that
Not
too.
one bit. Yeah, I should look at usernames first. I was like, oh, there's going to be some boobies behind this. There
yes. No, it's fun though. That's what you guys are into, and that's what you want to do. Hey, go for it. But I don't know. I think sending dick pics to randoms is pretty ballsy, so to speak. It's just like you're putting it in a Discord where it can be screenshot. And
there is one girl. If I send a picture of my hammer to, she definitely says, "Come over right away."
oh, really? So she's just have you been with her before though? So she knows what the hammer's going to be bringing though. So that's a different thing.
She knows all the time. Yeah.
But if you're she'll
send me a text every couple months and just say, "Can I see it again?"
Oh, really? Good for you, dude. Wow, you must have a good D. But I don't. Well, okay, that proves me wrong. That proves
mediocre length, but girth is there, bro.
It proves me wrong then, because that was what I was just saying. I can't imagine a girl would look at a dick and find anything appealing about it, other than the fact that, oh yeah, that might be able to fuck me good. Like boobs are beautiful. Vaginas, most of them are beautiful. Boobs are beautiful. Uh-oh, you froze up. You there?
Yep.
You froze for it's good just for completely. Yeah, just for half a second. There you go. You're good. But no, yeah, like just aesthetically, breasts are round and curved, and they have like a
symmetry to them.
Yeah, there's some symmetry to them. They're just, they're soft.
But then again, that's what you're attracted to. If you were attracted to cock, I'd imagine you'd think it might look nice.
I guess, but no, because I'm saying just aesthetically. Like, there's no, if you see a set of boobs with a bunch of veins sticking out of it, that's not going to be, that's gross. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
and that's like every hard dick. It's just like this big throbbing, veiny ass, weird looking thing. And like every time I think about a girl like putting one of those in their mouth, I go, God, we're so lucky that they do that, because they're just so weird looking and gross looking. Like at least to me. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm so hetero, I think dicks are gross looking. No, I genuinely I think I compare a man and a woman, and we are so gross looking compared to the female body. It just blows my mind.
There's some snatches out there that people would say look pretty nasty, but I mean, I don't think so. There's some, deep hangers.
Yes.
Some Audis that don't look too good. Some car crashes.
It's
some
funny.
Your sandwiches.
Somebody gave me what was a comment? I got a comment yesterday because somebody wants me to do an eating challenge where I eat 2 of the Godfather DeBella's sandwiches. I don't know if you guys have DeBella's there, but it's like a local.
Yeah,
it's like,
I didn't know you guys had DeBella's out there.
Yeah. And I said I'm not really into the salami and the ham and all that. I'm more of a roast beef guy. And Mark commented, and he goes, I think we know who is a roast beef guy, snacking on those meat curtains. And he mentioned somebody we might know. So I didn't want to go any further because I like them. So, and then he says, "Great show, love you, John." But anyway, so real quick before we keep going, I have here. Let me read what Secret ADS Mod says about dicks. And Herman says, I think women respond like that to D-pics because they know the value it is for the man sending, especially if they like them. But by itself, women have a repulsive reaction to that. Yeah, I guess you're right. If it's an unprompted dick pic's going to be gross no matter what for a chick. Yeah, it's gross.
That don't go well at all.
Yeah, no.
Ladies, unsolicited boobies and ass pics, absolutely. Anytime, all the time, 24/7, 365, at a funeral, at a wedding, wherever I am, send them.
Yeah, if I'm laying on the ground or with a bullet in me bleeding out, please send boob pics. I will
check my phone.
Yes, I will. If it dings and there's a thing that says possible boob pics, I'm going to bleed out looking at boobs. And so, yeah, please, at all times, send boobs.
My phone will definitely make me open it and look. I mean, after I watched that documentary, The Social Dilemma, again last night, now I'm all freaked out again.
Which one? Say that again.
The Social Dilemma, about how all the social medias are made with the algorithms to make you addicted and the dopamine rushes. And
oh yeah, it's like a casino, like a slot machine. Bling ding 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 ding. Yeah, it's the same fucking thing, man.
Of course, when I got up this morning, I erased all my social media off my phone again. I'll only use social media on my laptop for about 2 weeks before I get bored with it.
What? You're crazy. You really deleted all social media?
Yeah.
Wow. I just
I'll log on to Instagram and Facebook on my laptop if I really want to go look.
Yeah, well, problem is, Instagram for me is just, I'm a connoisseur of beautiful women. That's really all Instagram is for me.
See,
and I think
you watch Instagram for beautiful women, and I just sent you one of the pages I'm watching, which is all the war footage from Ukraine and Russia and Gaza and the Middle East.
Yeah, no, I'm actually okay with seeing crazy weird shit. It's funny because I'll hear like I said, I've been watching Rogan, and I hear him joke around about him and Tom Segura. They send each other the worst fucking shit they could find every day. Yeah, you go ahead. You want to send me the worst shit you find? Send it to me. I'd love to see that shit. So,
oh, buddy, let's do it. I need a buddy like that. I send them to my other friends all the time, and they send me like the most disappointed text back that I've ever gotten from people.
There's one
like,
I'm
what the
following.
Fuck is wrong with you?
What is the new one I'm following right now? Hold on one sec. There's a
like
great
industrial
one.
accidents. And
it's along those
electrician
lines.
accidents.
What is it? Hold on one sec. There's a new one. Why did it auto-complete to Instagram.com/Carlos Mencia? That's what mine just auto-completed to. The fuck? I didn't even know that guy was even alive anymore. That's so weird.
You mentioned Rogan, and it automatically completed to Mencia.
Yeah.
That's how Rogan got popular. He ruined Mencia's life.
What was I just looking for there? I completely blanked after I saw that Mencia
weird
thing.
Instagram page that you're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Like following content with.
Yes. What is the new one I'm following? Can I find who I follow here? Oh, you know what? I don't know if it lets me see. Oh, there it is. Why is it on this profile? Oh, that's why I was on the wrong one. Give me 2 seconds here because I'll find this. What is it called? It is crazy. And I'm following, so I'm checking to see one of the ones I've recently followed. Oh, come on. People getting instant karma. Oh man, that's a good one, dude. There's not a lot of posts, but those are real. That's a really good one. There's another one that's like people almost getting killed. Fuck, what is it? I can't find it. Which one? The
65 posts. The instant karma one.
The instant karma one's good, but there's another one I found that's even better than that. That's got like
ooh, there's a lot of the censored ones. I like those ones. Those are my favorite ones. Yeah. Sensitive content.
Yep, there's some good stuff. So yeah. Look at a couple of those. In the meantime, I'll grab Curious George. Curious George, you're on another dumb show. What's up, dude?
Good evening, Dumb and Mikey. How you guys doing?
Good, dude.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, so I have breaking news for Mikey and a question, if I may.
Breaking news.
Go ahead.
Yep, breaking news for you, Mikey. I don't know if you heard, but it happened a couple hours ago. So the first UFC heavyweight champion, Mark Coleman, was over at his parents' house, actually here in Columbus, Ohio, real close to where I live, just taking a nap and stuff. And then their dog, Hammer, woke them up because the whole house was on fire. So Mark Coleman picked up both of his parents, and his dad's a big dude. Picked them, saved their lives, went back in to go save the dog Hammer. He was not successful. He passed out inside. But by that time, the fire department showed up, and he's in like critical condition right now in the hospital.
Oh,
so that's the breaking news.
Yeah, there's here's a picture of him right here, actually. In the hospital, so fighting for his life. It seems.
He's cooked.
Yeah, so I'm probably all the smoke inhalation, if I had to guess, right?
I'm guessing that's why
you're right. It is smoke inhalation.
Oh man, the poor guy. So yeah, he was airlifted to a local hospital.
His parents, though. The guy's a fucking hero.
He is.
I thought you were going to tell me something crazy like he's a heavyweight that had CTE, woke up, killed his parents, and hung the dog or some shit.
It's actually a good story about an MMA guy for once. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mikey.
You made me so scared that Coleman did something crazy.
Yeah, he's 59 years old, and he was going to try to make a comeback and box against some old retired boxer. So he's been training like crazy. If you check out his Instagram, I don't know if you can since you deleted social media, but yeah, it's pretty sad. But hopefully he pulls through.
Yeah, that's sad news. I'm trying to see because a picture of this guy. Here's a picture of this is from TMZ. Here's a picture of this guy in case you don't recognize him in the hospital with the ventilator on or whatever. It's kind of hard to see, but
That nose was such a big target. My God, it got flattened so many times.
Oh yeah, look at that nose here. There's a shot right there. You can see how big his fucking nose is
You
while
can
he's
see the
getting punched.
nose, dude. Go back to the picture of him in the hospital. The nose is almost the size of his forehead.
Look at this one. He has a massive. That's a big ass fucking dude, though. Look at the size of that fucking guy.
Yeah,
Holy cow!
He's a monster heavyweight.
Was he a champion?
He was the first heavyweight champion in UFC. Yeah.
The first heavyweight champion UFC ever?
Yep. They didn't have weight classes then, but they kind of, with his weight and stuff, they were like, okay, they had like a super, what is it called? A super fight they had, and he won. So he's like the first. Yep. He's the first UFC champion.
It looks like
there he is. Yeah.
And then he was the first Pride Grand Prix champion too. He's a monster.
Yes, that I knew. I knew he was a Grand Prix champion. Pride was awesome. They fought multiple times in a night. UFC used to as well.
George, what did you think of the fight? Did you watch Sean O'Malley?
Yes, I watch all the UFCs. That dude was badass. He's thinking about changing weight. You guys discussed this yesterday, but he's thinking about changing weight classes and then trying to fight another guy. But Sean O'Malley
Ilya already shot that down today. He said, "You got Marab to go beat first, so you go handle your business, and then maybe I'll fight you."
I did not even know that. Wow.
Give me your analysis of that fight, George. What do you think? Did you what? Because Mikey said these lightweight guys they're mostly strikers. Do you like that? Like me? Would you rather see the striking, or do you want to see some submissions? What's your fancy there?
I respect both martial arts, but I would say the stand up and striking is the best, especially with the light heavyweights, because they just swing nonstop. You get a heavyweight, you can maybe last a round and a half, and then they're completely beat. So watching these little guys swing are pretty good, but yeah, they should have a third fight because they're 1-1 right now.
George, have you taken any martial arts? You trained?
No, not at all. I wish. I would have loved to have taken Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, I've been a UFC fan since number 4, but I'm a big guy now, so I don't know how I can lift my leg up.
I was really hoping to find out that he is some sort of like high level black belt in like Muay Thai or some weird shit that nobody expected. I was hoping for that so much.
No. But I do have a question, if that's okay.
Of course.
Yeah, so Mikey, yesterday you were teasing it, and literally I've been waiting all day just to hear the news. Did you bone your ex-girlfriend, or do you have some kind of news you're willing to share with us maybe later in the show or soon?
I'll give the update of what happened. I'll give an update, and I'll involve the police, so it'll be fun.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck it, dude. Let's real quick. Superfan donation from Angelina. She says, "I think Mikey has an X update for us." So it seems as though everybody's anxious to hear your story, my dude. So, okay. So for people who aren't familiar, might be new to Another Dumb Show, Mikey was dating a girl. We call her, what do we call her? B5 at this point,
B5.
I think. B5.
Yep.
A girl named, we call her B5 because her name started with a B and it was just getting confusing with all the B's. So B5. They dated for a while. Mikey was kind of, I don't know if forced is the right word, but was being pushed down a road of stepdaddery that he wasn't really comfortable with.
It wasn't even stepdaddery. I wasn't allowed to be a stepdad. It was being pushed down the road of just a babysitter. I
Great point. You're very right.
A stepdad, but I was being used as a babysitter with no real parental control or anything like that.
That is a very good point. Well, and in part that to give her that's kind of the way it has to work at first. You kind of need to be able to trust him, to be able to watch him, and then slowly as you get to know the kid, the more parental stuff gets to happen.
After
that's the way it's
supposed. 2.5 years.
Well, yeah, certainly usually after like 6 months, honestly.
Yeah, and I'd already been watching him for that 2.5 years because she was in a fucking mental psychosis cocoon in her bed, rotting away to nothing.
Right. I remember. And so you, okay, so to kind of backtrack what we picked up, so you were kind of getting pushed into this, you being used as a stepfather. And then from there, you kind of started to realize it wasn't right for you. You kind of started to push back against that, and long story short, you ended up breaking up with her. Kind of not because of that. There were other.
There was a bunch of other stuff going on, but as soon as I confronted her about it, and I was like, I'm not going to change my work schedule around your work schedule to watch your kid 5 days a week while I've got work and the gym and other priorities that I've got in my life. I'm not going to turn my life upside down for your new job. And she was like, well, what are we even dating for then? And as soon as she said that, I was like, I'm out. And that's right.
I forgot about that. I forgot she pulled that on you. That's right. I completely forgot about that. God, there was so many. There's so many details.
So quickly.
Yeah. Well, she got comfortable. She got comfortable and believed that she could use you and use you're a good dude, and she knew that you were going to be there for her as much as possible. And then, but everybody has a fucking breaking point. Everybody's got a fucking breaking point. You hit your breaking point. You guys ended up breaking up, and there were a couple. I don't know if run-ins is the right word, but talks of maybe a hookup here and there. She had brought him around to kind of make you basically to guilt trip you one day. I can't remember exactly what she said.
Kid around when she came to pick up some stuff and everything like that.
And
made me like apologize to the kid and say that it wasn't his fault. Blah blah blah.
Oh, just the most awful thing any human being could do to not only you but to their kid
as a pawn. It just was just a not a good look for her at all.
One of the biggest red flags of the entire thing of all time. Certainly, I would say. Like I don't know every detail of your relationship and put the back, but that is a red flag of. That shit just fucking shining in the fucking sun. Fucking, red flag. This is bad news. She's using her kid as a fucking pawn.
I collect those for flowers, dude. They're pretty when they're all together. You can fan them out.
Yeah. There you go. So, all right. So then that was kind of then we hadn't heard from you for a minute because you were going through everything you're going through. And then now we are back to George. I'm gonna cut you off because I'm hearing us in the background. So I'm gonna let you go, bro. If you want to comment about this, feel free to call back.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Cool. So we left off. You broke up. You had a couple run-ins. None of them were real good. Every once in a while, you'd kind of hint to where, hey, I think I might bang her, that kind of stuff. And then, it never really kind of
come to my senses and stuff like that.
Yeah, you end up
come together.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you were gone. You're doing your thing for a minute. Now we pick back up over the last couple days. I think you and Secret ADS Mod have been talking. You and I have been talking a little bit, and now you mentioned in the chat that there was an update with the X. What is going on?
I didn't remember saying it in the chat. I guess I did. Secret ADS Mod said she'd pull it.
Oh, she remembers fucking everything, so don't ever. She says shit.
I know I specifically said it when we were playing Fortnite really quickly,
yeah.
Really late at night, like after our first victory. I was like, oh, by the way, next week I'll have a next update. I killed somebody again. One of those types of deals.
Real quick.
Snuck it in there.
All right. So, all right. Well, what's going on? You mentioned police. I mean, this sounds crazy.
While I was doing my thing and everything like that, of course, I hit her up on a couple nights, when I was
shaking
bored.
and sweating,
No,
not those. Oh, not okay. So I thought it was more of a night like you needed some support. You're saying it's more of just typical guy shit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not only. Well, is it?
Kind of text.
Be honest. Was it that or a combination of that and I want to talk to her? Like I need a little bit of support. She'll understand. A little bit of both.
Probably wanted to use her to trauma dump on her a little bit.
Sure.
Probably because I'm hanging on to her resentment and kind of blame her for me running off the tracks a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I never really processed the breakup or never really dealt with it the way that I should have. I just held a resentment and just kind of built on this anger over and over and over again until eventually I, slipped up and did what I did. But so, of course, I hit her up. This is probably about 5 weeks ago. Let me bring you a coffee in the morning, blah, 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 blah. Put some cream in your coffee with that type of deal. And she was like, absolutely come over. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, nice. Yes. Get the D
Yeah,
wet.
no,
Hell yeah.
like, yeah, didn't even give me a hard time about it or nothing. And then, of course, I got over there, gave her the coffee. She brought me into the house. The house is destroyed.
What do you mean? Like
As I
it's a
mentioned to you
mess?
before that she's a hoarder.
Oh,
That she was living in that
oh.
1-bedroom apartment that was a hoarder den.
Okay. I thought she got a house that was
Huge.
yeah, some
5
old
bedrooms, 2
old
floors,
century
basement.
house
Yeah,
kind of deal.
absolutely. Yeah. It's full to the fucking top.
Really?
Oh, God, dude. Full to the top.
You said she likes to go like antiquing and shit, and she buys old like weird lamps and like weird shit like cash registers and shit.
Chandelier looking things, and she's got 2 chicken coops and 15 chickens in the backyard now. She's got a dog in the basement that was a stray that she brought into the house that doesn't stop pissing on everything. So every time she lets the dog out, it pisses on everything in the house. So the whole house smells like piss.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, bad situation. So instantly I go in, I do my thing. I should have just walked out after that and just turned my back forever.
Right.
But, Captain Savaho came in and was like, you know what? Let me just help you clean the house again. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'll take a couple days off in March and I'll help you clean the house.
Right.
And we'll just get this shit done. Because, Oliver can't be living in this shit. It can't be. And I instantly started thinking about him.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't
like,
call
a week
yourself.
later,
I wouldn't call yourself Captain Savaho, dude. I think that's just straight up like good person shit, and you actually care about her and her kid, whether you guys are broken up or not. You just care about her, and you're like, look, I don't like.
She's
I don't.
alone here. She's got nobody here.
Yeah,
No family, no friends, nobody, no support.
Right, and you see that, and you think to yourself, shit, this girl is, she's working her ass off. Ollie, she's a single mom. She has no other support. The house, shit's getting out of control because she doesn't have enough time or support or blah, 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 blah. So you're just like, fuck it. Let me help her out. I think that's natural, dude. I don't think that's Captain Savaho shit. I think that's natural, normal behavior from somebody who's just like, I care about this person. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't mean you want to be with her or love her or anything like that. You're just genuinely like, fuck, I don't like what I'm seeing right here, and I care about this person, so let me help him out. So I wouldn't be like...
And it's also, selfishly, it's a good way to distract from what's going on in my life. If I can turn my focus on saving what's going on in my life and try to save somebody else, it's a really good way for me to fucking avoid the shit that's on my plate.
That's called Al-Anon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my mom was big in that. She did a lot of the AA, and then she was big in the Al-Anon world too. So I learned all about that shit when I was a kid. Went to a lot of AA / Al-Anon meetings.
Worlds.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
similar worlds. Same 12 steps, same principles.
Right.
It's just a little bit different.
Right.
Your addiction is different. The person is your addiction instead of the drug being your addiction.
And
helping that person is your addiction instead of the alcohol being your addiction.
And if you're an addictive personality person, they all roll into each other. You know what I'm saying? Because they're all intertwined.
I'm the drug alcoholic in my family, and my mother's addiction is helping everybody.
Not
me. She got my uncle living at her house, my cousin living at her house.
That's true. My mom and my stepmom and my dad are the same way. They have, they always have strays come in to stay with them, between my sister's friends and stepmom's family members and things like that. They do.
Oh my God, dude, that house has never been empty. My parents are never going to live alone in their entire life.
Totally,
probably into their 70s or 80s, maybe. But I swear I think my uncle's going to live with them forever.
I swear to God, like when B1 and I were having all our problems back when, when the rent was tight and I was fucking owed all this money, and I think I told that story, and we were facing eviction and all this stuff, and my parents helped us out, and but my parents were lobbying for me to move back in with them, like hardcore, like you should move back in, you should. Oh my God, like it was crazy how much and it had nothing to do with B1. It was just strictly because they thought it was the best move for me to be able to save money and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and I didn't, I was trying to, couldn't really figure out how to explain to them, yeah, I could live here, but am I going to be able to go out on the back porch and smoke weed? Because it's just not going to work out otherwise. It's just not going to happen. I know you want me to save money, but I got to work. And the only way I'm going to be able to work is if I can get high at least after work. So, I don't think they realize my parents know I burn. Right. They know I
See,
burn,
my
but they
parents
don't.
know the amount that I burn. Like I lived at that house, and I would smoke so much in the garage that it would reach the other house, the other side of the house, and the bedroom would end up reeking of it.
Right on. All right.
So, anyways,
So what happened? What happened? You go over
slept with
there.
her the first time. Told her I was going to help her. The next week, she's
Oh
definitely
wait,
sick.
hold on. You missed that. You hit it.
I didn't end up. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I
Oh yeah.
smashed
Okay.
as soon as I got in the house.
So you
and
hit
then
it.
Went upstairs. Then I smashed again. Like
Nice.
it was 2 times in 25 minutes. I'd never been able to reload that quick. Never. I was so impressed with myself, dude. Oh my god.
Good for you, man. Way to go. High five. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Smack. High five. So a week later, she was like deathly sick, and I was like, "What can I bring you to like help out and everything like that?"
Yeah.
So I
Chicken
brought her
soup.
some medicine, some food. Yeah, she's a vegan, dude. I brought her some.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what
Whatever.
the fuck, I brought her some
Noodle soup.
Pedialyte bullshit. And then, but this time I saw Oliver.
Oh,
And
okay, okay. So that is a new dynamic in the whole thing. Yes. So.
yeah, man. And Oliver just looked like disheveled, my guy. Like,
Ooh, really?
yeah, like he's running
He
around a
wasn't.
house that's filthy. The bottom of his feet are as black as the table that's sitting in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
My
my
hat.
God, that's awful. That's not cool. That's
You know,
no good.
hair's all greasy and shit like
I was
that.
just
You know,
gonna
he's
say,
thinking
was
he's
his
7,
hair
8 years old.
greasy?
He's going to school. The kids are going to start picking on him and shit.
And what do you think is going on with her that she's allowing that to happen? Just
Shutting down again.
depressed and yeah. But
And
that's
she's
not
building
your
up her
response.
walls of all the shit. I know it's not my responsibility, but of course,
But
like I
she
was like,
thinks it is though. Like that, she's fallen into this. It's from an outsider's point of view. It seems as though she's fallen into this habit to where she knows you're Captain Save-A-Ho, and she can let her fall. She can let herself fall off, and the minute you see Ollie not getting, running around barefoot, greasy hair, you're gonna Captain Save-A-Ho is gonna jump to action. And fucking here I am, and she's. Oh man, it drives me crazy. Okay, so
so of course, like I brought her the stuff, everything like that. She got better. Next week, I was like, I want to come over and hit it again. You know what I'm saying? And now that I got a piece, I want a piece all the time.
Sure.
So it went over, hit it again, but this time she was like, well, before you leave, let's cuddle for a minute. Let's talk. What's going on in your life? So, here's my opportunity. I can fucking tell her I slipped. I'm trying to get my life back together.
Right. Trauma dump. Yeah, let it go. You get somebody to talk about, get her insight on it. She knows you better than anybody else.
Dead fish, bro.
Oh, really?
Shut right up. Didn't say nothing. So that kind of sat with me funny. Mm-hmm. And then I started to get a little bit better, and I'm going through the transition to get to where I'm at right now. And the nights when I am, cold and sweaty and, looking for some support. And I'm texting her like, what the fuck? I text you all, or I tell you all this shit. I'm trying to help you out again. And her response was, I'm sick of being emotionally invested and getting nothing on my return on investment.
Which is exactly what you basically told her the first time when she fucking. Oh my God. Okay.
So I was like, you've got until tomorrow to come get your table that I was going to bring over to her house. She spent like $200 on it. It's like a really like nice dark wood, heavy table, round, like, end of your couch table. And I was like, come get it by tomorrow or it's gone. She was like, you said you were bringing it to me. I said, not no more. If you don't get it by tomorrow, I'm throwing the fucking
front porch. Yeah.
Yep. And she was like, well, I'll come over and get it right now then. But I also want my toys because I got some toys of hers here.
Yeah. All her dildos and all her
toys of ours, I guess you could say. And she was like, I just want those 4 back. And I was like, whatever. So I didn't even think about it. I put the table outside. I said, come get your table, bitch.
Yeah.
And closed the door and sat back on the couch and shit like that. And 2 hours later, dude, 9:00 at night, bang, bang, banging on the door. I thought it was the cops. I was like, hello, who the fuck is it? And she was like, where's my toys? And I was like, oh, you ain't getting those.
Oh, why did you say that? Why didn't you just give them to her to get her the fuck out of there?
Well, because I want them now.
Just cause? Just cause?
Yeah, just cause.
Out of principle? All right, fair enough.
Just wanted to be a little childish bitch.
And the reason why she would care about getting these toys back is because she is a sex toy hoarder, collector. She has thousands.
Every one of these, and like you said, when you talked about it before, bespoke, one of a kind, There are no duplicates. Everyone is poor, different.
Right.
colors
We
are
got
different on
dragon
everyone.
cocks. We got hobbit cocks. You know, we got all that kind of stuff.
To be honest, these are no cocks. These were all butt plugs.
No wonder you wanted to hang on to them, you freak.
Hey, Mark, you know what I'm saying? What if I find somebody that's down and have some fun?
Hey, whatever floats your boat, bro. I'm not judging.
Yeah, that's all good. So I was like,
hold on,
just get out of here.
Hold on one sec.
And
Hold
she
on.
didn't stop, dude. She just kept banging on the door.
Hold on. This does look
for like
actually
20 minutes.
This does look actually a little bit like this could be you.
Oh hell
This
no,
one-
bro! I'm so much airier than that.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I couldn't resist. Anyway.
I am.
You're way hairier, you said?
Dude, I was saying earlier when you played that video, you shouldn't have told people that was a guy. You could have gotten away with the entire time. I would have been like, oh, that girl's like a 6.
Yeah, she's just a little thick. You know, she could lose a couple pounds, but, you know, not bad. Dumper doesn't look bad. I like her ponytail.
I'd have hit that 304 back in the day.
Anyway, so back to your butt plugs that you didn't want to give up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, and it was just, dude. I'm not gonna use them or nothing like that. They're just little toys or whatever. But she was like, I want them. I need them. But I was like, no, I'm not. Get out of here. Stop making a scene at my fucking place. So I turned my TV up louder, and I was like, I closed my blinds, and that was it. Dude, she just every 3 seconds, dude, bangs on the door 5 times.
Really?
Going on 25 minutes.
Losing her mind, essentially, at that point, it sounds like. What? So clearly this has nothing to do with her wanting these butt plugs back. This has everything to do with just the...
Oh, no.
Now it's a battle.
And everything on her phone, she was ready. Like, she had
She
the
had
receipts
what?
pulled up for those ones. She had the receipts for those ones specifically.
Like receipts
to
that she...
prove, like, if the cops came over, like, yeah, she's got them on her phone.
Oh, my God. Okay. Now, at that point, was there because you have 2 choices at that point. You have, all right, I could just give this bitch these fucking butt plugs and be done with this, and it goes away. Or,
get off my door, bitch. I'm going to call the cops on you, you trespassing hoe.
Okay, that's the other option I was saying. So it sounds like you went...
Why won't you just give them back to me? I found somebody else that uses them a lot better than you ever did.
Oh, so just going for the throat on top of it, too. Just
absolutely.
let me just egg her on and make her even more angry.
3 minutes later, bro, sliding glass door, the back door of my apartment. She's standing in the fucking door just staring at me.
She came in your house?
No, she couldn't get in. I have the door blocked off and shit. But she opened my screen door and tried to get in through the back door. She walked
okay.
the entire fucking building in the pitch black.
Where's her son at this point?
She left him home alone.
He's 8?
Oh, yo, it's about to get better.
Okay. All right. So she's now run around the back of your apartment building from the normal front door to try to get in your sliding glass door, and she gets the screen open and starts banging on the glass because she can't get that open.
Yeah, man, she's trying to get into my back door again. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Now we know why you're hanging on to those butt plugs, you kinky son of a bitch.
I called the cops.
Really? Okay. Now that's a bold move for...
I can't do this to my neighbors. On the one side got a young child. My neighbor on the other side got a couple kids. I don't, that's
now
were this part, like
were
the
you
townhouses, I'm not bringing no chaos over here.
Were you actually thinking that way, or were you thinking, I'm about to fucking murder this girl, so I need the police to get here?
I was calm.
Oh, really?
I was
okay.
actually smiling.
Level-headed.
Realizing I was yelling at the door, like I would go to the door and like say that very quietly so my neighbors wouldn't hear it, but I know she could hear it.
So as a crazy person, and you and I are both a little bit nuts, when another person is being crazier than me, I'm like, oh, cool. I get to be a normal person for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Was that what you were like? You were like, okay, this bitch is out of control. I'm actually just being a normal guy sitting in my house. I'm actually normal. I'm normal for 1 minute here. Let's take advantage of this. 911.
So I pick up the phone. Yeah, dude. As soon as I'm on the phone, though, like she disappears from back there.
Okay.
So like 10 minutes later, get a knock on my door or whatever, Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I open up the door. I guess they found her, like, when she was like pulling out of the parking lot. I guess the table fell out of the back of the car or some shit. And then she stopped them and was like, this is what's going on. And I opened up the door and they were like, is this real? And I was like, yeah, dude, she wants sex toys back.
You cannot make this shit up. So these poor cops, mind you, Rochester is riddled with crime right now. Rochester has got a crime wave, murders, people driving, stealing cars and joyriding to the point where they crash into other cars.
How many followers the Kia Boys got now?
Probably millions, if I had to guess. I mean,
it's up to like 30, 40,000, dude. They're driving around in groups of 5 from the cops, just running into cops now.
So crime is rampant in Rochester. I'm not knocking you for calling the police because you got to protect yourself because it's only going to escalate. You know, at that point, you're either going to lose your mind, she's going to break a window, something's going to get crazy. So you call the cops, and I love that they show up.
I can't let them in here. I still got shit in my house.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. You're not coming to my house. You got a
I'm
warrant.
In the middle of transitioning from one thing to another.
I'm sure she probably said to them too, you should probably go in his house because I guarantee you he's got XYZ running her fucking mouth.
I'm sure she did.
And then I would have literally see that's why you're braver than me because like I do not like getting cops involved for anything. It is so hard for me.
I become the silver tongue salesman, my guy.
I
talk a couple octaves higher, have my voice shake a little bit. Like, I'm really startled by this, sir. I just want to care about her. I just want her to get home safe with her table.
That's so great. All right, perfect. So they're at the door. They're asking you, is this legit? She literally just is freaking out about sex toys. And you say, yes. Then what do they do?
They looked at her and said, take him to small claims court. Get out of here.
It was that simple.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Good job, cops. I love it. So we live in a world where they're going to just take the...
guys. I said, I'm sorry for wasting your time or anything like that. I said, I'm sure my name pops up as, over on the other side of the apartment complex for like the 4 times you visited me over there. And now you guys are seeing my name again. I said, but this time it's actually me and I'm,
Yeah. I promise I'm not gonna beat up the female cop I threatened to kill last time.
No, I'm not naked in the parking lot. I haven't thrown my closet door through my fucking balcony and it's sitting in the parking lot.
I'm the normal guy this time, I promise. Even though there's butt plugs involved.
Good, guys. I promise. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Whatever, duct tape.
So did they just take off at that point? That's the end of it?
That was pretty much it.
All right, cool.
But then I find out a bunch more dirt, and now I've unfortunately called the school and Child Protective Services.
What?
There's no daycare, bro. The kid's staying home alone all the time. She's working overtime, 60 hours a week. The kid's home alone.
No fucking way, dude. How old's he? 8?
Yep. 7. Getting himself on the bus, putting himself to bed, staying overnight by himself in one of the literally 3 blocks from where the like center of all the crime in the city is. Like where you see the Kia Boys driving around, you can hear them and see them from her 2nd-story window. That's how close she is to the crime in Rochester.
Oh my God.
So
wow,
I'm sorry,
dude.
I feel horrible for doing it. I my conscience is shot. I'm sick to my stomach over it, but I had to do it.
Dude, all right. So, all right, so none of this was done out of spite, right?
No, it's done strictly because I wanted to help.
How is a 7-year-old feeding themselves in the morning? How are they feeding themselves before they go to bed?
He gets on the bus and school feeds him breakfast.
How did you find out about this?
I just kind of figured it out. I did when we were sitting in the bed, and she was like, "Oh, I'm working all this overtime," and I was like, "Who do you have for daycare?" She was like, "Oh, Oliver takes care of himself."
All right, so you made this call,
and it's been like that since I left in September.
Jeez, dude, that was that was 6 months ago. This little boy has
I didn't call CPS. I just called the school and told them they should probably look into.
Oh, okay. So
this kid gets on the bus in the morning.
Do you know
the social worker or the counselor there can take care of it?
Do you know if
and other than that, she's blocked on everything. I have no idea. She can't get a hold of me. She can't get a hold of anybody in my family.
That was my okay. Because your family was not, I wouldn't say loyal is the right word, but they cared about her. They cared about Ollie, your mom, your dad. Like your family cared about
They
her.
cared about Oliver for sure. They definitely cared about her, but they knew she was sick and she treated me like shit and used me for most of the relationship because most of the time I was just a go getter. And my father has wanted to contact the school since he found out that he's been staying by himself.
By himself, yeah. Did your parents consider just saying like we're gonna just jump in? We'll watch him. Did they was
No.
there any conversation about that? Now she's burned that bridge so badly.
Dude, I think that the whole family knows. I feel like the father knows. I feel like the in-laws know. I know for a fact that her parents know that this kid stays alone and everyone is okay with it.
Dude, that's crazy. Cause no, I know B1, she was her I don't remember the exact years that she went through a little bit of a time period during that where she was kind of taking care of herself and her little brother. Like her
Like a latchkey
mom,
kid.
kind of, yeah, something like that. But I think it was, after school, things like that for a few hours, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fine. If you're staying by yourself from like you're getting yourself off the bus, walking directly from the bus into your house, and you're staying by yourself from like 3:30 to maybe 7 o'clock when mom gets out of work or whatever. I was doing that when I was like 9, 10 years old.
Really, see,
For
my
a couple
parents,
hours at a time.
that didn't happen to me until I was 12. My parents waited until that was like but we know what, every kid's different. To be honest with you, when I was 9, no fucking way. I would have burned the house down. I mean, literally, I actually almost burnt my grandma's bathroom down. I
saw what he looked like taking care of himself.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, when I was 9, I went over to my grandma's house. I would have to mow the lawns and stuff. I did that like I was a lawn mowing slave. In between lawn mowing one time, I went in her bathroom and she had matches like old people do to like,
Dude,
you shit and you light a match.
I live the same life.
Right. So
me and you live the same life, dude. I can't wait to tell you my story after this.
So my grandma had these matches in her bathroom, and one day, I just and hanging over the toilet was like a little vanity thing, and then 2 like decorative towels with little fringes at the bottom. So I looked at those one day, and I said, I bet those would light on fire really easily. So I literally just lit a match and lit these 2 towels on fire in grandma's bathroom, just fucking like a complete fucking moron. And then all of a sudden, the fringes just went whoosh, and it just went straight up. And I started freaking out. I yanked them off. I put them in the sink. I rinsed them off real quick, and then I just hung them back up. And then my parents were like, they found out about it later on. My grandma found them, and then my parents were like, "Did you light your grandma's towels on fire?" And I went, "No, I don't. What are you talking about? No. Why would I do that? What kind of fucking idiot would light towels on fire?" So yeah, no, I totally understand being a complete idiot as a kid. And being left alone. I can't imagine what would have happened.
Call the fire department, and the firefighters didn't come to your house and show you pictures of 3rd-degree burn victims and tell you if you kept playing with matches, they were going to take you away from mommy and daddy for the rest of your life.
So, all right, very similar upbringings. We both liked fire. Apparently, maybe that's something to do with addictive person.
So I raked all the leaves from the front yard into a pile, and I love the way burning leaves smelled. So I was like, I wonder what all these would smell like. And I threw a match in there and lit the front yard on fire.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we were both crazy when we were kids. All right, so your parents have cut her off. You've cut her off from social media. At this point, you've not learned anything that has come of this? If they've taken him,
I did my half. All I had to do was just notify the school and hope to God the system does their job.
Now, you're right. I guess you're right. You got to that's a lot of faith though, with that fucked up system, man. It is.
It is. The kid's going to be in that house without a problem.
You think they'll just be like, leave him?
You know what? If they do a home inspection, I don't know if she'll pass it because the amount of piss in that house.
Really? Oh, it's that bad?
Yep. It's that bad.
Why doesn't she just get some pee pads?
Dude, I can't.
Like being like I'll be the first, but like Darla is 100% not housebroken unless I got off my ass and took her out every like hour. Then she'd be housebroken. Like she will hold it if she knows that I'm taking her out consistently, but I never do. So I have pee pads around the house because I know she's gonna like because I'm too lazy. I got too much going on. I'm not at home.
Pads on pile of shit.
Oh, see, that's a problem. Like, see, that's the thing. Like,
there's no room on the floor. There's just paths to walk.
What's that bad?
Yeah, dude.
Does she have boxes of stuff?
Order.
Is it garbage too?
Yeah. She's never unpacked since she moved. All the shit that she was going to throw out from the old apartment and everything like that, that I remember I said we never finished moving all the stuff out of the old apartment. She just kind of abandoned it there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like a month after we broke up, her parents came back into town and her old landlord made her empty that house out and he's going to take her to small claims court. So they went up and emptied the attic, emptied the basement, emptied all the shit boxes and everything like that, and just brought them all to the house and unloaded them in the house.
Just dumped them in the house.
Back to Connecticut. Yep.
I love that her parents
throw them out.
This is her parents' help. We'll get it out of the shit and then we do nothing after that. All the important stuff, which was get it out of the old house, help you get it into the new house.
That is the most broken family dynamic I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never been so uncomfortable around a family ever.
That's awful. That sucks, man. I feel so bad for Ollie. I feel so bad for that little boy.
He's just got to go live with his dad, and his dad's a piece of shit, but at least the dad's parents take care of the kid very, very well, the grandparents. And that's where the dad lives. And there's a lot more family in Connecticut, so hopefully he can just go to Connecticut.
Yeah, and you know what? That I saw somebody in here said, Amanda said, "Don't feel horrible. You're doing the right thing, Mikey." Angelina said, "Good call, Mikey." Not so secret idiot. Smod said, "Definitely did the right thing. Mikey would have felt like shit if something had happened and he had known about it." You're absolutely right, dude.
I would have never forgive myself if he would have burned the house down or something.
Yeah, that's what Amanda says. I have two little boys, 9 and 4. No way in hell do they ever stay home alone ever. And I agree. I mean, my kids are. I don't think we started leaving them. It was kind of like the 12-year-old rule for me. You know what I mean? They didn't. That was in my. And every kid's different too. Like maybe there might be some 9-year-olds who are mature enough to be left alone and to their own devices. I'm pretty sure B1 was around that age when she got left alone. But she was chill.
When I used to be overnight with Oliver and stuff like that, he would come out at like 11 o'clock after sleeping for like 3 hours. And I'd be like, "What are you doing, buddy?" And he'd be like, "I'm just checking to make sure you're here." When I used to do this with Mommy, she would leave me and go to work.
Oy vey. And that tells you that
2 and 3 years old, bro. Overnights. Locked in his bedroom. He remembers it.
That's crazy, man. Wow. Well, in my
I hung out a little longer than I did. I thought maybe I could play stepdad. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't.
Well, you also thought maybe that she changed too. You know, maybe she'd get her shit together. She'd get through whatever depression she had, and all that. Where she would disappear for however many weeks or months at a time, and
6 weeks, man.
6 weeks. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. So. And if she's comfortable doing that to you, it sounds like she's comfortable doing that to her own kid. Then I think the right move. You made the right move, man.
Care. I don't think she knows how to love. I just it's not something that she comprehends.
Well, you had mentioned that you felt like she was a narcissist for a lot of times.
Neurodivergent, on the spectrum, ADHD.
The whole nine.
Checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah. Well, dude, this is a crazy story. It's real life shit too. Like I hate saying it like crazy, like, whoa, great story. I don't mean like that, dude. I mean, this is fucking real life shit with people being affected. It's fucking nuts. Where do you go from here with it? You wash your hands of it at this point?
I'm done with it. I've got my closure.
Are you worried? Is she crazy enough that like you got to look over your shoulder kind of weird shit, or do you...
She's a 104-pound molecular biologist.
Well, yeah. Well, you never know, though. I mean, she comes over and hits you in the head with a baseball bat when you're not looking, and anybody's, doesn't matter. I'm just, I'm just wondering.
I'm a sucker for sex toys. She could show up at my window right now and be like, "You want me to put this in your ass?" I'd be like, "Come on in."
Yeah, that's my point. Then she shoves something bigger up your ass and you're dead and goes up in your colon. I don't know.
And then I remember when I'm 8 years old all over again.
Yeah, there you go. Falling back to that basement, that couch. um, I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I mean, and Black Magic said, this is breaking my heart more and more as the story goes on. And it really is. This is a horrible story. It really is. And Alexander
Yeah, I don't
says,
mean to make light of it or anything like that. This is
no,
shit that I
no.
lived with for a while, and it's stuff that, you know,
It,
it just sucks.
Alexander says, cheers to Mikey for opening up. I know it wouldn't be nearly, I know I wouldn't be nearly as sharing. But I mean, you know, sometimes this kind of stuff is cathartic to, you know, get it out and talk about it. Um, and I kind of feel bad. Like, I feel like people are, I had no idea this was what was going on with you. I don't want people to think we're like, oh, Dumb found out Mikey's got all this weird shit going on, so he brought Mikey back on.
No, I didn't share any details. I didn't even let on to anything to anybody.
Nothing.
I had an iota of this going on.
I had zero idea that any of this was going on because, well, personally, I was giving you a little bit of space to going through what you were going through.
Yeah.
And then if you were comfortable coming back with what, you know, we talked, you know, we texted here and there and stuff, but like,
yeah, absolutely. Talking about guy shit and
right.
everything like that.
Yeah. And I like,
you know, make sure that everything's going okay. And you know what I'm saying?
And I felt bad because like I kind of felt like you couldn't talk to me about what you were going through because of my some of the stuff I've said in the past about people who've used or whatever. And I don't want you to feel that way. So
no, not at all. I didn't feel that way at all, bro.
All right, good.
Your love and support.
All right, cool, good, cool.
But just like I've told everybody in the chat, everybody here on the show, like if I ever went ripping and running again, it's gonna be poof, bye, see you for a little bit.
Well, I think that everybody in, I don't want to dive into all that. Trust me, I don't want to.
No, we don't need to. Yeah, no, I don't want to dive into it either.
Here's my only concern: is the rip and run every time gets a little farther. Is all I just knowing you. The
shortest run of my life, thank God.
Good. That's a good sign.
This is the first time in my 25 years that I was able to hit the brakes before I crashed and burned, and my life was on fire.
That's a good sign. Good. Yes. Because that was my point. Because in the past it was, we're here, we rip and run, and then we rip and run, and then maybe we come back to. We don't ever get back to here.
We'll never get back to normal. It stayed at a plateau down in the basement.
Right. Okay, good. That's awesome news. So, all right, good. That's a good sign for me. You were able to, you're self-aware, you got out ahead of it, and now we're on a good track. So, all right, perfect.
Oh, dude,
well, that's great news.
I got big plans. I told everybody the other night in that chat, dude, I got accepted into that ketamine treatment program for the PTSD. So I start those treatments in a couple weeks.
Sweet. Good stuff. All right,
cool.
Because
we can't wait for that.
Because, you know, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't figure out. I was like, what the fuck does this dude have to pay so much to fucking get the shit that he needs to get help? Like, why are they making it so fucking hard for somebody to get the help that they need?
Dude, I'm paying $400 a month right now, $500 a month in just co-pays.
Right, but
just for this.
But you know, it's a two-way street, though. You put yourself in the position, so you gotta fucking pay yourself out of it a little bit, right?
I had a $200 a day habit for fucking month and a half, 2 months. So
yeah, there you go. So you fucking figure it out. So, oh man, that's crazy.
A little bit cheaper now.
Well, dude, I'm glad that you did not. I'm glad you're alive. I'm just gonna be flatly, plainly obvious, straight up.
Me too. It was Russian roulette every day for fucking a long time.
I could, you know, we didn't really get too far into it and stuff, and I don't want to dive back into it, but yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Nothing. I played Russian roulette every day for a while. It's just, and I came to my senses, and
dude, just from just looking at you, I can see the difference. Like, I know you used to fight, but I'm tired, dude. It's night and day.
Night and day different.
Night and day. You're more lucid.
The muscles in my face work again.
Yeah. Well, not only that, you're lucid. You're speaking clearly. You're a normal dude. You're quick-witted. You're very quick-witted.
Brain is working. Yeah.
Exactly. By the way, speaking of quick wit, how funny was William Montgomery on Monday night?
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, he's such a fucking
He came
weirdo.
out so fired up, dude.
For those of you who know
And
what we're
he's
talking about, hold on real quick,
yelling
because
at the new girl.
hold on, some people have no idea what we're talking about. So William Montgomery is a comic who's on a podcast called Kill Tony, which is, I'm sure most of you probably know what it is, but if you don't, it's a live podcast hosted by a guy named Tony Hinchcliffe, who's a comic, and they bring people on stage. They pull names out of a bucket. People come up, they talk for a minute, or do a stand-up bit for a minute, and then Tony either makes fun of them or says, great job. There are people who have gotten pulled from the bucket who did so good that they get to come back as regulars. Well, there's one dude in particular, his name's William Montgomery, right?
Yes, William Montgomery.
Montgomery.
The Memphis Strangler.
The Duchess of Des Moines. So anyway, he did so good as a bucket pull. They bring him on as a regular, and he's been on every show pretty much, the longest returning regular at that point.
3.5, 4 years now, every week a new minute.
He was on Monday night. He's such a weirdo. Like, you can't, like, it's literally not going to be, like, he can do setup, punchline. But when they start getting into just getting to talk to him and all the weirdness about him, whether it's a bit or not, whether all the all brand buds is a bit, all that shit, it's so fucking funny. And then when he got to the shit with Heidi, the fucking stripper that brings drinks out.
Yeah, dude, the girl that was on the New Year's Eve show.
Yeah, the girl. Yeah, which I'll be honest with you, I'd already found on Instagram long before they gave her Instagram tag. So on Monday night,
I'm sure you found her like after the New Year's Eve show.
New Year's Eve, I Googled 100%. After the New Year's episode, I Googled blonde girl New Year's Eve kill Tony, and immediately the Reddit forum just boom 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 boom. So
Dude,
so I mean, but
there was a time when William would come on every week and pick one Reddit user and just roast the fuck out of him.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. And then he would go back and forth with one for weeks at a time. And that's when he was using. Like, if you go back to, like, his first time, this dude was the biggest fall-down drunk cokehead you've ever seen in your entire life.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that stuff behind him.
Belly distended, giant, fat, swollen, just funny as shit, though.
Yeah.
And as he got sober, he got funnier.
Good for him. No, he's great. He's so funny. Him fucking, I don't even want to try to imitate to do it justice, but him fucking yelling at her saying,
just show up. Look up William Montgomery. Do yourself a favor, guys.
That's a good point. I'm actually just going to pull it up, see if I can find a, let's see, William Montgomery.
F. Montgomery.
I wish I could just find...
Dude, his 45-minute stand-up bit was just as good.
We're talking about...
I watched him, saw him live.
Hold on one sec. I could probably find... Nah, it's too lame. I'm not going to dive into all that. I feel lame playing another person's podcast. I know. I also feel lame playing another person's podcast. That's just lame to me. But yeah, go watch William Montgomery. And it's an acquired taste. If you can handle a guy yelling, "Shut up, bitch," to one of the hotter chicks you'll ever see, for no reason, go watch William Montgomery on Kill Tony. It's very funny. So,
did you get a chance to watch David Lucas yet, or what?
I have not. No, because you know what, dude, I am on a giant, humongous rabbit hole with origin of life, AI. Episodes of Joe Rogan. Dude, I'll be honest with you, like I love all that stuff, and I never ever talked to anybody about it before in my life. B1, I don't even think B1 knows I'm as big of a nerd about that stuff as Joe Rogan is. So, dude, that shit is right in my lane. I know, like I've brought him up for the past like couple weeks because
you're becoming a Brogan.
No, No, it's less of that because I'll be honest with you, like the MMA shows and a lot of times when he has comics on, I'm not as much into that. It's when he talks to physicists, mathematicians, uh, origin of life people, like AI people. I could listen to that all day long. I watched a 4-hour episode he had of with a guy who's a, geometrist. He's a mathematician.
Go back and start watching all the Graham Hancock episodes.
Watch them all. You've already watched them all already. Already watched them all. Oh, dude, the fucking what is it called? What is it? The impact theory, the drier youngest impact theory. I'll talk to you about. I'll talk all day about that shit. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about it. You want to talk that fucking impact theory? I can go all day about that shit.
I like the UFC fighters, and I like the comedy episodes.
So you're the opposite. You love the ones that I don't watch. I watch the ones you don't watch. So, no, dude, I seriously.
I consume comedy 24/7, dude. I don't have many subscription services anymore. Almost everything I watch is on YouTube.
B1 came over today, and I was watching an episode of. I was watching that 4-hour podcast with the geometrist, and B1 looked at me at one point and she goes, "This is the most boring shit I've ever heard in my life." And they're doing math equations, they're talking Einstein and all this crazy shit and the stagnation of research once UFOs came around and the correlation between the two and fucking blowing my mind, dude. You want to hear the craziest thing they said today that blew my mind? So there's this island somewhere in the world. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's somewhere around India. They've been cut off from the rest of the world forever, right? Mm-hmm. And India became aware of this and decided to allow these people to live the lives that they live on this kind of untouched island. Mm-hmm. So India is kind of like people aren't even allowed to land planes there. That's how like this island, how separate India has. It's almost like an experiment, right? Like, let's see what happens with these people who have no connection to technology. No, the only thing they've seen is a plane landing and they attack the people who landed the plane. So there's that theory, right? There's this isolated island with a country within a country, and that country's protecting them, right? To make sure nobody can come and land there. Think about that on a grander scale, and I've never ever heard this theory before, and it blew my fucking mind today. Imagine we are the Earth, right? Mm-hmm. And there is an alien race that is acting like India does around that island, not allowing outside aliens or other UFOs to get through.
It's the end of the movie, the original Men in Black.
Is that what happens in Men in Black? I don't even remember.
It scrolls out from Earth, and it's an alien that just closes one little locker, and there's 1,000.
Oh yeah, it's a snails playing with balls or whatever.
Yep.
But I've never ever thought about it. But more along the lines of there's actually somebody who's looking out for Earth, protecting us from other. Like there's a Men in Black in space that are protecting the Earth from other aliens and shit like that.
What they need to do is protect us from ourselves, goddammit, because we're about to kill all of ourselves.
It's crazy. You want me to? Dude, what? You want to go for a couple more hours about AI? I could keep going all night.
No, I need to get some fucking sleep.
I could go about AI all night.
To the airport, dude. I had to drive my friend to the airport at 3:00 in the morning this morning, and I've been up since 2:30 in the morning.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say, Mikey, that hold on real quick. Have you heard about the Boeing guy that killed himself?
No, I
supposedly. Oh, bro, shit's getting crazy. Shit's getting crazy,
me, bro.
The U.S. government has the State Department says that AI poses a quote extinction level threat, and the U.S. government must be given new quote emergency powers to control technology. It's here. Skynet's here. I think Skynet is already here, and they know it. They know it. That's the thing. It's been here.
It's been here.
It's not been telling us. It didn't tell us it's self-aware, and we're starting to realize it, dude. It's not looking good. It's not looking good right now.
We fed the AI everything that they need.
We did. They learned
fed
from
the AI. Every one of us is a lab rat. And all we do is give it everything it needs to kill us right from this every day.
It's crazy.
This is it.
Crazy.
This is it. This is the tool that'll kill the entire world. Right here.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, no, all right, I'll wrap it up because I could talk about this all night. I got videos, I got newly declassified footage of Britain's deadly Dragonfire laser that's supposedly to be able to take out drones. My ass. It's here it's to take out UFOs. They're not fooling me at all.
Hop on Instagram and check out that link I shared with you and watch all the drone war footage that's going on in the Middle East.
Oh, dude. All right, I'll definitely check that out. Oh, you want to here? You want to know about what we got going on right now? Real quick. I know you got to go to bed, but the Pentagon has plans for an AI piloted ghost fighter jet. The Air Force is backing a $6 billion program for 1,000 robot mini fighters that can fly, listen to this, 30 feet above the ground at 600 miles per hour. So swarm drones, kamikaze drones, exactly. We are facing, at this point, I think, buddy, look at that thing. This is one of the unmanned, and it looks like there's somebody manning it because there's a fucking, this is the dumbest picture ever. It's the dumbest picture ever, by the way, whoever took this. But the unmanned drone in front of you is much smaller, and they can load this thing up with all kinds of weapons to be able to fly in 30 feet above people and just wipe them out. Just wipe them out. So I know everybody fights for their gun rights and you want your AR-15s and stuff, but when the drones that come in at 600 miles per hour, 30 feet above you, decide to start laying everybody out, that's all she wrote. So we have nothing that's going to fight against that.
The Instagram page that I'm talking about is war_in_momenti, MOMENTI, and you're welcome.
War in Momenti.
And yep.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the first one I see. The first thing I'm seeing is a picture of a landmine.
340,000 or 390,000 followers, man.
All right, let's see here. Let's check it. Let's take a look at it. They are firing. Whoops.
On a village.
Oh. That's in Ukraine?
No, that's the Middle East, it looks like.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
This is both wars. This is the Ukraine war. This is the Middle East one as well. There's a bunch of
I wonder what
everything.
You think that's the Israeli? You think that's the IDF?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a bunch of videos in there that the little blurb at the bottom talks about the Israelis against Hamas, a 2-on-1. There's a bunch of actual like gunning each other down type videos.
That's crazy. Here's another one. Here's this tanks firing.
Oh, there's a lot of tanks.
This is what my grandpa did. Fucking tank commander. Wonder how many people those things killed, those shells. We just watched those shells go off. I wonder how many people just got blown up from that shit. All right, well, I will dig through that. I'm not seeing a lot of censored posts, though, Mikey.
There's not, but it tags a couple other people in there.
Yeah.
And you'll find a few other ones that go along with it. It's like a war_tank_3 or war_tank3. Something like that.
All right, I'll keep looking for them because I'm definitely interested to see.
And I'll keep sharing them too because I'm going to go down the rabbit hole when I'm trying to go to sleep. It puts me to sleep, death videos.
All right, good. So you're sending them my Instagram?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Good stuff.
I'll sit up on my laptop and watch them on the big screen for a little bit.
Perfect. All right. Hold on. I just realized I got a. What is this? Hold on one second. I just got an inbox. All right, I'll save this for tomorrow. It's getting late as fuck. So, all right, real quick. Shout out to Angelina. She's put in a super fan donation that said, "Proud of you, Mikey, and happy to see you back." For sure, my dude. Good to
Thanks,
see you.
guys. I missed you guys.
B4 asks, I'm sorry if this was answered dumb. Have you guys seen the documentary on Netflix, The Program?
Oh yeah. Just finished it.
I don't have Netflix right now. So I
What?
should what? Yeah, I was using B1s and they shut down the password sharing,
Oh, yep.
and I've just
Yep.
been
You
a
got to get
cheap.
your own little separate
I've
thing.
I've just been a cheap ass and I haven't bought it since. But I'm missing out on everything. I missed out on the Dave Chappelle thing. I missed out on missing Love Is Blind. I'm clearly missing a documentary at this point. What is the program?
Oh, dude, the program is a good one, but the one that you're gonna want to look up is the Octopus Murders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, look up the Octopus Murder real quick and just read the synopsis.
All right, watch back. An investigative journalist pursuing a political conspiracy known as the Octopus is found dead in his hotel room. Decades later, new details emerge. Ooh. A
And
political
this talks
thriller.
about the NSA, CIA, FBI, and it's like 8 guys from each little part of the government, but between these 8 guys, it touches every other government and criminal mind and network in the entire globe.
Really? All right, I'm gonna have to get
Yeah,
Netflix. There are officially things that I want to watch on this show, so I'm gonna have to actually.
I have to watch because we need
I'm
to
gonna-
discuss.
Yeah, and oh, you know what I really need to watch? Roadhouse. Did you watch it yet?
No,
No. All right, cool. Then we'll save that. I still need to watch Roadhouse. I love Roadhouse.
I don't think it's out yet, is it?
I thought it came out the other day.
I figured it'd be coming out like Friday or some shit like that, as close to St. Patty's Day as they can for Conor McGregor.
I believe it was March 8th.
What the fuck is the date? It's past March 8th. It's March 12th. Holy shit!
Yeah, Keely's birthday. So, alrighty, guys. Mikey,
Happy birthday, Keely.
thank you. I will pass it along to her. It is good to see you. I'm glad to see you're spry and doing well, my dude. So, and don't beat yourself up if you are at all about what you did as far as the Ollie situation. I think you made the right move, dude, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I'm processing it a bunch when I journal at night and stuff like that with my therapist and shit like that. So
Sure. That's what I'm saying, though.
Just
Just
talk about it. Don't internalize it a bunch.
just from an outsider's point of view, I think, and I'm looking, I've been reading the chat. I not that, it matters, but it's been pretty overwhelmingly, seemingly everybody's had your back on this one. I think you made the right decision.
Appreciate it, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it really, in the end, it doesn't matter. It's about the boys' safety and everything.
It's
So
it.
it's
That's
yeah,
all it's about.
yeah, that's really
Not about
truly.
her. I'm not trying to hurt her. I had that discussion with myself before I called the school. What my intentions were, what my expectations were, what I was doing this for. I wrote about it. I prayed about it. I talked to people about it.
Cool.
So
All
it
right,
was
cool.
an informed, intelligent decision.
You prayed? I didn't know you were a prayer.
Yeah, I'll pray.
You God, you
I
Catholic?
don't know what I pray to. I am Catholic, but God ain't real.
But okay, so you're one of those. Okay, I just had a conversation. It's kind of interesting. My 2 sons and I were talking the other day. One of them, so the older one doesn't really believe in the Bible or God or any of that. The younger one is like, well, I don't believe in the Big Bang, so kind of believe in God. So it's interesting to see the 2 boys and the different ages and different ideas. And I told them both, I go,
and how it'll evolve and change as they get more information and they explore it and shit. That's cool.
yeah, and I straight up said to him, I said to Brady, I said, that's great. I love that you're an independent thinker and you can think how, you do whatever you want. And then I said to my other son, the younger one, I said, you know what? If you believe in God and the Bible and all that, bro, good for you. Whatever makes you comfortable. And I would never like knock you for feeling that way, even though I might not feel the same way or whatever. But I just thought I actually was a little bit proud of him that he stood by his morals or whatever his beliefs are, that he didn't just kind of like say, well, my older brother likes this, so maybe I should like it too. He's got an independent thinker and kind of do his own thing.
Yeah, be a little free thinker. I like it.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, even though he's falling into the Bible thing or whatever, so I don't know how much of a free thinker he is. But the older one is more of the free thinker, but the younger one is an independent and he doesn't care. He's not being swayed by his brother's
I went through all the communion and church school on Sundays and all kinds of shit when I was a kid.
That's crazy. I don't know how people go through that. It's absolutely nuts.
It's all cult.
Yeah, it sure is. All of them. Every different one is a different version of a cult.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
it's all Kool-Aid, just a different flavor.
I'm so glad that my parents didn't make me do all that. My mom tried, and she saw that I just was not buying any of it, and I was too smart to just blindly go along with any of it. And she was, I think my mom got tired of me questioning everything after every time we'd leave church, so she finally was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck it, don't come."
Yeah,
So,
so I don't pray to God or anything like that. I pray to what I view as God, like the universe or whatever controls everything, because there's something out there that controls everything, not me.
yeah. Yeah, I was trying to explain to my son. He goes, "Well, I don't even understand what the Big Bang is." I go, "It's pressure. It was gravity and magnetism and pressure, and that's it." I was like, "Explain it." I'm not a physicist, but essentially that's it. Everything came together and imploded, then exploded. It's that simple. I don't know how else. It was probably a supermassive black hole, right? And we're in the second or third or however many iterations of the universe at this point, right? I mean, wouldn't that make sense? That
Oh, dude.
yeah,
There's just so many opportunities. There's just too
we
many
go all
things to even
night.
think
We go
about.
all night. I go all night
Yeah.
talking about this stuff. This
Yeah,
is stuff
my
I
brain
actually give a
hurts
shit
just
about.
thinking.
Yeah. So, all right. That's going to wrap things up. Mikey, love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on,
Love you
dude.
too,
I'm
buddy.
glad to see you
We'll talk soon.
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. That's what I like to see. All
I
right,
don't
bro.
have one of those tails in right now.
Did one of those have a little raccoon tail off the end of it? No.
No, that one's still at her house. I used to drag her around the house with that thing.
Yeah, just clinch down, bitch. I'll pucker real hard and drag your ass.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Fucking
awesome.
leaving scratch marks on the wood floors.
Fucking man's man over here. I love it. All right, bro.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you
See
later,
you later,
dude.
buddy.
I love you. See you, man. Oh, hell yeah, man. Good to see Mikey back, dude. I had so much fun talking to him tonight. BS, and that was good stuff. So, alrighty, guys, that is going to wrap things up for us tonight. I appreciate everybody coming to hang out with us tonight. I hope you guys all have a great day tomorrow. I have to take my son to his workout tomorrow. So we might start late tomorrow. So I just want to give you guys a heads up on that. I'm aiming to hopefully be back in time by 7, but I'm not 100% sure if we'll make it in time. So keep an eye out. Make sure your notifications are turned on in case I put a post up as far as what time we'll be live. In case I get stuck there and I have to actually take him back to his mom's house, we may start quite late. And then if that's the case, we might end up taking the day off. So either way, keep your notifications turned on. I'm aiming to do a show. It all depends on the situation with dropping him off and his mom and everything else. She has a meeting, so it all kind of depends on when his mom gets out of the meeting, whether or not she can take him back home. So we may start late. We may not have a show tomorrow, so just keep your eye on your notifications. Turn those all on so you'll know whether or not we are going to be live tomorrow at 7, 7:30, 8, or not at all. Other than that, I want to thank you guys all. Make sure you hit a thumbs up on tonight's video. Hey, just for Mikey telling that story alone, I hope you guys will give it a thumbs up. That was so cool of him to open up and tell a pretty intense story. That was very intense. That's hard. That's a hard move that dude had to make for sure. So hit a thumbs up on tonight's video. If you guys are not watching live, I would encourage you guys to comment back on everything we talked about tonight, and I will read them back tomorrow morning. If you're not already following the show, make sure you do that. X, Instagram, TikTok at Another Dumb Show. And like I said, we'll see what happens with tomorrow evening. But again, I'm aiming to be back live tomorrow night. But again, no promises. So don't get all pissy if we're not here tomorrow, because I'm a fucking dad. All right. So, all right. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, to everybody who donated tonight, we had quite a few fan funding incidents this evening. Irish Ronnie was kind enough to put a super fan donation. Angelina donated 10 memberships tonight. Freestyling gifted 5 donations or memberships tonight. Scott 78, 5 donations tonight. Angelina with another super fan donation, and then finally another super fan donation from Angelina. So thank you, Angelina. Thank you to everybody else who's helping support Another Dumb Show. After all, we are fan funded and would not be able to be up and running if it weren't for all of you guys. So thank you again. I greatly appreciate it to everybody who donated tonight, and to all of you who watched. Thanks again. I appreciate it. We'll be back soon. Talk to you then. I'm out of here. Peace.